Good. I thought so.
Nothing but love for BitBoy. Ben is awesome. Oh boy, you know, it's one of those days when something just drops in your lap and you go, you know, why not? Sometimes things need to get talked about and you're like, do I want to talk about this? Or do I have to talk about this? I have to talk about this. Coming in hot. HAWT. Live from Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the Rational Mail. Oh boy, you guys are in for it today. You know, as if it weren't enough that Eva Lovia is all over like the and Nala Fit. This bitch has to come in and say, hold my beer.
Who needs brains with a body like mine? It's a shit show, but this is my shit show. Pass the beer. This train wreck's just getting started.
Yeah, it is.
Term one-night stand sequential relationship types. Okay, who are they? Psychopathic, narcissistic, Machiavellian, and sadistic.
All one-night stand people?
The definition of a psychopath is someone who uses someone for short-term gratification.
You mean like Elon Musk?
Okay, so it's definitional, right? So, and then you might say, well, I'm not like that. I just like sex. It's like, yeah, but if you practice that for 5 years, you're not going to become what you practice.
Or you're not going to have 13 children too.
Man entering your body versus a man sticking his dick in a hole is two different things. Number one, most women are very emotional. I don't understand how you don't get that.
Can you hand me your can?
Why? Thank you.
No, just hand it here. Now hand it to Jen. Now Jen, hand the can back to her. And hand it to me one more time, and I'm gonna hand it to you. Now take a sip.
It tastes the same.
Wait, take a sip. Okay.
Now imagine.
Wait.
Motherfucker.
Wait. If for those of you listening and not watching, we just passed a can around 4 or 5 times. I put my hands on it, pass it to Jen. Jen put her hands on it, pass it about 4 or 5 times. And then I had Azar take a sip. Did it taste the same?
Well, I'll
Wait, listen. Did the contents and the inside taste the same? Now, what if I stick my finger in it and have? But wait, pause.
Yeah,
what if I stick my finger in it? Have Angelito, our producer, stick his finger in it. Have Jen stick her finger in it. Do you think it'll taste the same? Would you want to drink it?
No.
That is the difference between when a man cheats and when a woman cheats. See, you can wipe the can off, but if I stuck my finger in here and she stuck her finger in here, then you wouldn't want it. That is the difference.
Guilty, 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 guilty.
Fine thing is, and women should know this, is like the guys that are just out for a good time, they're not much fun. And they're a lot
Like Elon Musk.
worse than you think. And the worst of them are so much worse than you think that if you ever got to look inside their mind, you would never recover. And I'm not saying that lightly. It's not pleasant.
He's going to have a real tough time coming back from this.
Like, the worst of terrible people are so bad. I'm not making this up. Most people who have post-traumatic stress disorder don't have it because they were hurt. They have it because they encountered someone who wanted to hurt them, right? And so it was that glimpse of that malevolence that fractured them. It wasn't, people can go through all sorts of horrible things and not be traumatized. You know, a terrible illness, terrible pain, an accident. You wait till you tangle with someone who's malevolent. Boy, you will not be the same person afterward, assuming you manage to put yourself back together at all.
No, you're wrong.
Hope you guys are happy. That guy that I really liked, he found out about my job and he's not okay with it. I guess one of his friends told him. I was just waiting to tell him because I wanted him to get to know me, not not my persona online. So,
Hey,
single forever, I guess. My ex-boyfriend came round yesterday.
Well, I'm a whore.
How to use a bitch that put you in the friend zone. Guys, if you are friends with a bitch that ain't giving you no pussy or helping you get some pussy, then what the fuck is the point? You gotta turn these bitches into wing girls. The best way to do this is that when you go out on a date, have her come along with you. Have her sit at her own table and you pay for her shit. And while you and your date are eating, I want you to have her approach the table and say something like, "I'm sorry to interrupt you, but are you Chris?" Or whatever the fuck your name is. Say yes. And then have her say, "I just want to tell you, I'm a fan of your work and it's a pleasure to meet you." And then have her walk away. This right here will cause instant attraction in the bitch that you with. Because two things gonna go through her mind. Number one, who the fuck was that bitch? And number two, and most importantly, who the fuck are you? Just play it cool, tell her we'll talk about it later. But let's just enjoy our meal. Guys, bitches out here looking for social status. So if you don't have it, fucking create it. Game is game.
Game is game.
Boom.
I feel like I just took a bath in battery acid.
Yeah, I'll put it on.
Yeah, give it to me. Ready? Are we good? Bring it up. Give me the voice.
Go for it. It's not turning on. What the fuck?
Wait. Hold on, let me give you this one. Oh my God. You know, when shit just drops in your lap, you kind of just have to take it. Oh God. I apologize. I had no. Well, you know what? Maybe we can dig this one out today. Maybe we can dig it. You want to be dug out? We can dig this one out today. I'm gonna. I had actually, you know, I hate it when I have a really good kind of like substantive show. Hey, we're gonna talk about some parts of the Rational Male today. This book has been around for 13 years, and we're gonna start talking about. Well, actually, we're gonna talk about the Epiphany phase today for sure, for damn sure. But yeah, Elon dug out Ashley St. Clair. Yeah, I got a few announcements before we get underway. By the way, this is some good shit. By the way, so one of the girls that was on Access Vegas left this here, and it was like completely like fresh. So I cracked it. I've never had Yerba Mate. Today's show sponsored by Yerba Mate. No, I was gonna say is if you know who Ashley St. Clair is, well, I certainly do. And you should too, because I did a whole show about her on May of last year. Maybe it was April, somewhere around there. It was when she started coming at the red pill, and I was of the opinion that she deserved at least some partial mention on the show. So I'm going to go and sort of review a little bit on that. However, she's 26 years old, already had a kid. I thought she was married. I know she had a boyfriend, like some sort of a conservative guy boyfriend, who was also a very big fan of Elon Musk too, I have to say. So, you know, I don't know if he was in the cuck chair when the deal went down, but apparently, who knows? But I'll tell you right now, people are, who cares, Roll? Who cares? Who cares about this? You fucking care. You know why you care? Because if I go and start looking at Twitter right now, that's all you motherfuckers are talking about. So We're gonna delve into that today, but more importantly, she's 32. No, she is not 32. No. 32. I don't think she's 32. Look that up for me. Because I am looking at the New York Post interview of her, and it said that she was 26. Yeah, see, here it is. My child is the most imperfect thing that happened to me. I wouldn't change it. Gushed. St. Clair, 26.
26, yeah.
26 years old. I have it right here. It's a New York Post. She is not no 32-year-old. She might look 32 right now, but she is not. No, New York Post is reporting her as being 26 years old. Take it up with them if you think that she's older than that. She met Elon at 24. She's now 26. Thank you for clarifying that, because that is very important. Because she's ahead of the curve. I know she already had a child before this one, so we'll get into some of the details of that. Before she's 32, she said she was younger and gave her age as 26, but she's been found out. Are we sure about that?
Because they did report her, I think in the New York Post for like 31. So
hold on, let me share this just so people know that I did my due diligence here. Here's where it is. My child is the most perfect thing that ever happened to me. I wouldn't change a thing. Gush, St. Clair, 26 years old. That's where I was grabbing this from. Although maybe the New York Post isn't the most reliable place in the world. Oh, get my feet. Make sure my feet are in the shot here. I want to look like down to earth, and fuck that bitch Grimes. Yeah. We'll come back to this. I don't want to give away too much just yet. Guys, let me get the build up first here, man. We're getting ahead of ourselves already. I got a few announcements here before we get underway. One is that my band Jinx is playing at I have to drop that. Sorry, this is shameless act of self-promotion. If you don't live in Vegas, then this is not necessarily for you. But my band Jinx is playing at a Battle of the Bands at the Bonfire Club, which will be on March 12th. That is a Wednesday, March 12th. And I think we have 30 minutes to play. We're there with at least 3 other bands. They're doing this kind of monthly thing. And we were kind of like a favorite of these guys when we were doing some of the open mic nights. And so they asked us to come and be a part of it. So we will be there on March 12th, and hopefully it'll be a launch to bigger and better things. We're going to be playing out quite a bit. In my fantasy, like my freaking, brain, my fantasy brain here, I would love nothing more to like do like a few dates with All That Remains. I know. All That Remains, because Phil is a good friend. Phil Labonte, lead singer for All That Remains, is a good friend of mine. And then also Kyle from A Common Crown, who is the guitar player for A Common Crown. And then the guys from the Failsafe. If I could get all those 3 guys and like us 4 on the same bill, and we just bill it as like the Red Pill band bill or whatever. It's Red Pill Summer.
Red Pill Summer
Instead of like hot chick summer, it's Red Pill Summer. If we could just get those 4 bands on the same bill. I don't care if it's just for like 4 dates in the summertime. Please, let's make this happen. I would love to do it. But if you happen to be in Las Vegas, Nevada on March 12th, or you live here, please come out and show your support. I think the show gets underway. Our doors open at 7, and I'm not sure what our time slot is, but there's only 3 bands. So like the latest we could go on would be like 10. So please, and we got 30 minutes to play. So I think we'll probably be able to get about 5 of our original songs off. One of which you just heard a minute ago with my good friend BitBoy Ben, who's kind of a little unhinged, but I thought it would make a great intro. So shout out to Ben and BitBoy. He's a good dude. And by the way, nothing but respect for that guy, especially after going on into the ring. And who was he boxing? He was on MMA. He was boxing some dude, and I was just like, if you know BitBoy, he's not in the best shape, right? I mean, he's. I was kind of worried he was going to like hyperventilate or go into vapor lock or something like that. He's going to get gas before he could even get in the ring. But he went out there and he did it. And I mean, he got his ass handed to him, yes, but which is more than I can say for a lot of these guys who keep popping off about, hey man, come on, get in the ring with me. Myron keeps like throwing out these, challenge is like, hey, you want to get in the ring with me? I'll kick your ass, blah, blah, blah. I've yet to see anybody take him up on that challenge yet. So I don't know. Anyways, nothing but respect for Pit Boy. That's number one. What else do we have going on? March 6th is Babes in Toyland in Los Angeles. That's going to be at Academy. I will be out there the 5th through the 7th. I'll be doing Reignite content while I'm out there for my Reignite program for you guys. If you are interested in that, obviously hit the link below. Reignite, I got asked about on a show I just did on Valentine's Day, which ought to tell you something about the people who are producing shows like this on Valentine's Day. I had a great time, by the way, at the Durango at Bel Air. The people there really took care of me and my wife. It was awesome for Valentine's Day, but I had to race home because Myron and Fresh and Sterling Cooper, Myron Fresh, Mike Sartain was on, Cappy was on, Donovan Sharp was on. I'm trying to think who else is. Angry Man was on, and MLD was on the show. And so people were like kind of fluctuating, coming in and out of the show. But it was this. It was the intent of the show was to do sort of a panel show of just like sort of the red pill heavy hitters, and sort of a everybody let's unite the tribes kind of thing once again. And as I said, and I don't take this the wrong way, but as I was saying before, a lot of people who formerly have been kind of like sidelined with the red pill, or they've been red pill adjacent. What did I say about 2025? Yeah, we're going to be coming back to the red pill. So, which is good because we needed to have this sort of like this common discussion. And I felt like I got in a few words edgewise. The most important part of which I'll just sort of repeat for you here really quickly is that for as much as we want to unite the tribes and for as much as we want to have everybody, sort of on the same page, we have to be on the same fucking page. And that was, I think, the one message I wanted to get across during that panel show that I did with these guys, which was on, you can still find, if you're one of, well, where can I get it, Rollo? It's on Fresh and Fit right now. So you can go and pick this up on their channel. I'm sure it's still over there if it hasn't already gone to their clips. But anyways, it was just, it was kind of like a state of the manosphere sort of show. We went on for just about 2 hours. And I was hoping to, the message I was hoping to impart was that it's all fine and great for us to want to get together and sort of have some solidarity. And I hope we can maintain that. I'm more than willing to do that. The idea, of course, is to have at least a monthly or bi-monthly show with all of us. It's very similar to this, to talk about, what's going on and sort of a check-in kind of thing. And if people have topics, and we talk about those topics at that time. So Myron and Fresh want to be able to do that. I can definitely see us doing it live in Miami when we're there in May. Michael Sartain and myself will be out there for the white party for Babes in Toyland as well. That'll be the middle of May. But the message I wanted to leave everybody with is this, is that it's all great for us to talk about being, having solidarity and stuff within the red pill. And I can see we need it more than ever right now because TradCons are imploding. And I'm gonna dig into that a little bit today too. But while they're imploding, everybody wants to throw rocks at us. They want to throw rocks at me. They want to throw rocks at Myron. They want to make there is a definite template of making straw men out of whatever it is that they think is the manosphere, calling it the manosphere, saying these guys always talk about this, and knowing nothing about it. And yet I'm at the point right now where it's like it's become so exhaustive that I'm not even bothering with 90% of it. But every now and then you kind of have to sort of remind people who you are. But beyond that, we have to stick to the message. And this is what I was trying to tell everybody in 2021, March of 2020, 4 years ago, that the reason why I was hoping that the red pill would never go mainstream, not that I said it wouldn't, I'm just saying I would have preferred it not to go mainstream, was simply because too many people get into this space and they want to claim authority over the space. Or even if they don't, they're thrust into positions of being being considered authorities on the red pill. Like the very fact that Destiny would have been interviewed not once, not twice, but 3 fucking times by Chris Williamson, and in every goddamn time it's like, well, what do you think that's happening to the manosphere right now? Like, as if he's some preeminent fucking authority on the red pill. Meanwhile, he's, you know, getting his schlong sucked by God knows who, videotaping it and handing it out like fucking M&Ms right now. So again, taking people who have no authority or have no real business being in the manosphere and throwing this shit out, and then pretending as if they have some sort of like some kind of legitimacy in this space is something I think that is it's not necessarily a threat, but it's certainly some sort of it's a template right now, and I'm getting a little bit sick of this. Yeah, and I got some other things to say about Destiny and Andrew Wilson, and I'll tell you the other thing is I like Andrew, so I say this with love, but don't give this motherfucker any more oxygen, please. Just let him die. Just let his brand die. That's all you have to do. Just fucking hands off. And I'm not talking about anything specific. I mean, like perhaps, Pierce Morgan. Like, why would you want to give him the time of day at this point? Why would you want to be associated with an admitted sexual offender? Why? Tell me, because I'm at a loss here. Because the only thing I got is clout, and you don't, like, Andrew does not need that clout, and he does not need that association. I'm a little concerned that might wipe off on him in some way. So, anyways. But getting back to the point here is we need to stick to the narrative. We need to be in this for the right reasons. So if you want to talk about solidarity, then we cannot say it's just fucking business, right? Whenever we say, oh, well, you know, like when I will tell you this right now, I'll just be upfront. I'm 100% transparent on this show. And the one thing I said was when Myron and Fresh decided to go fuck with Pearl again, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And I said this in private. I said, because they came to me, they knew I was going to fucking lose it. Right. I'm like, why the fuck are you talking to Pearl? Why do you have why is she on the show? Why are you giving her any form of legitimacy? And I will say the same thing to Andrew Wilson. Why are you giving Destiny you're re-legitimizing this guy who has at present has 2 sexual assault charges or sexual misconduct. I don't even know what to call it. Sexual assault charges that are being levied against him right now. And we've had this conversation already before. Why are you going on Pierce Morgan? You know what Pierce Morgan's about. All it is clout farming. Okay, do you need that clout farming at this point? I mean, you basically run the show at whatever podcast. Nobody watches whatever podcast unless Andrew Wilson is on there. No one cares about Brian anymore. They care about Andrew Wilson being on there going, you're a bad person. It's like, it's basically Myron Gaines with a Bible in hand, right? That's why that show is I don't know if it's on life support right now, but that is exactly why whatever podcast is still going right now, is because they kind of got a shot in the arm with the Wilson couple, with Rachel and with Andrew. Great, awesome, good for you. But why would you go and re-legitimize Destiny? Because that's what he needs. That's the oxygen that he needs. Just let him fucking suffocate, for fuck's sake, man. You know, it's better to let that go. The other part is this, is like, and I was just saying before, it's like when Myron and Fresh decided to go and ride with Pearl for a little while, I'm just like, and apparently they still are. I'm like, why would you legitimize this person, especially after Myron has said she's a snake? Well, I'm gonna call that out. If you want to have this kind of solidarity and this kind of union and everything else, then we have to be able to check each other. Okay, so here's me checking it. And that's the thing I said, is we have to stay on point. We have to stay on message. And I hate to say that this needs some sort of gatekeeping or something like that, because people go, oh, you think you own the fucking red pill, Rollo. I don't think I own the fucking red pill, but I do know this, that a lot of the shit that people like throw out there all the time is either directly pulled from my work, looking at you or I in Taraban, or it is a derivative of what I've talked about in the past. So I'm not going to say I'm going to be the one gatekeeping, but I will say this, is that the time we get into the biggest trouble in the manosphere, in the red pill, is when we lose the plot, when we lose the fucking narrative, when we don't realize what we're doing this for. And then it becomes, well, it's just business. Fuck that. It is not just business. And unless you're sticking to that, unless you're staying to the gun, sticking to your guns, unless you're staying on point, unless you're about the red pill, then if you're not about it, then I don't know what we're going to do when it comes to solidarity and the rest of this shit. I'm just being real, man. And I will say the same thing to anybody else. You know, oh, I'm red pill adjacent. Well, you better get your adjacent ass back to the fucking red pill right now, because people are going to wonder why you're not fucking consistent in your message. I've done nothing. I mentioned this too. I said, I've done, how many times have I said this? I have done nothing but remain consistent for 22, 23 fucking years right now. Everybody else is a cheap fucking cover band. I'm Slayer. My music doesn't change. My direction doesn't change. I don't mature out of it. No, I stay true to the message. I stay true to the art. I stay true to the music. I stay true to everything. I've never changed. And I can't. How can I fucking, what am I going to do? What topic am I going to pivot to? Fishing? I would love to be able to like pivot to like a deep sea fishing chat, like get a nice center console boat, go out and just like I don't know, buy a place in like Cape Coral and just go out in the Gulf of America and just like catch big ass fish all day long and just like get it on a GoPro or something like that. I would love to be able to do that, but that's not going to happen, because you know what will happen? People will be like, man, why doesn't he answer my questions anymore about my girlfriend? How do I know? I'm like, look at the size of this big fucking cobia. No, man. How do I get my girlfriend back? That's what would happen. That's exactly what would happen. Okay, I got to stay on top of these today. Is Ashley St. Clair a gold digger or in love? She is a gold digger extraordinaire. She is like we need a more powerful name for gold digger. Somebody come up with something better than gold digger, and that's Ashley. In fact, her name, you're an Ashley. We should like make her a verb. You're Sinclairing this guy. That's the level. We need a stronger word than gold digger. That's why. What do we have? Another big L for trigonometry. When Ashley rambles on the word salad, they look at her with a serious, straight face, taking her seriously without challenge. Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up, FYI, Bob, because that's what I was going to talk about with respect to maybe I should go and dig that up. I have that video real quick. I'll just play it off I'll just share a screen for you. Where did I put that? Yeah, the trigonometry shit was heinous. You know what? I don't know if I have it right here. Yes, there we go. Got it. Shit, I meant to have this queued up. I apologize. Oh, I have to point this out too. Just as I'm scrolling by here, I'm looking at Patrick Bet David like talking shit about Adam Sosnick. Adam, come to Vegas. We have cookies. Come to the dark side. It's only a matter of time. Oh, by the way, amongst the things that Rollo Tomasi was right about, no more Saucecast. Sorry. Moment of silence. Okay, no more Saucecast. The last time I went over there to look to see if everything, because I know that there's kind of been some tension between Adam and PBD, and I mean they try to make it good natured, but it's PBD. And as I said before, I don't have a problem with Adam at all. I think Adam's great. When we had him on Access Vegas, that was a different Adam Sosnick, man. That was a freaking great show. And that's what convinced me that it wasn't necessarily Adam I had a problem with. It's who he's married to, which is Patrick Bet David and Valuetainment. And Patrick Bet David has done nothing with has done nothing with Valuetainment for at least the time that I was out there trying to help develop Jedediah Bila and Adam Sosnick. And amongst other announcements, my good friend Jedediah Bila is coming back, which is awesome. I talked to her over the weekend and last week. And in case you don't know, Jedediah Bila is like one of my close personal friends. I helped her go from sort of doing whatever she was trying to do at Valuetainment. And she went from within a year, under a year, she went to 100,000 subs on YouTube and sort of became, I guess if I want to use red pill as a verb, I red pilled Jedediah. And I love her, man. She's like, I love Jedediah like a personal friend. She's like a sister to me. And so this was from back in 2022. I have a couple of very, very good close personal friends that are in this space, like your brother and Miguel and Kyle are definitely amongst the family friends. Justin Waller, definitely. Mike Sartain. Mike Sartain and I are like brothers. So that's how close we are right now. But Adam Sostek, I love the guy. Same thing with Jedediah Bila. Jedediah Bila is a family friend now, meaning like I will text her on Christmas and say, hey, Merry Christmas. That kind of stuff. Jed left Valuetainment in 2023. I think it was 2023. Yeah. And she kind of just like fell off and nobody knew what happened to her. And, she was allegedly going and being treated for like some toxic mold infection or some shit like that. I don't know. I'll let her explain that. She probably would explain it a lot better than I would. And then she turns up again in Montana. And I'm not going to tell you where, but she bought property in Montana. And I remember when she fell off, even Adam Sosnick, when he came on our show, he was like, have you heard from Jed? I'm like, no. I mean, she's just AWOL, right? And so I got a call from her. I got a text from her last week saying that she still has a property in Montana, but she's also in Texas now, where she's creating or putting together a new podcast studio in Texas. And so she wanted me to come out and be part of the show. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll be part of the show. Anything you want. Now, full disclosure, I have tried to get her to come to this studio, and I said, you can use it, Red One, for whatever you want to be able to use it for. She has not taken me up on that yet, but I think it was because she was logistics more than anything else. But Jed is going to be coming back this year. I would say probably before April, right, Jed? I'll let her do the explaining and sort of she's better at it than I am. I don't want to speak for her because I don't know all of the details, but I do know that Valuetainment was not a good situation for her. And I'm just going to say, hey, congratulations to Jed for coming back. She's going to have her own show. She's going to own her own content. Very good. And not be an employee of Valuetainment. Another very good thing. So Jed's coming back, just to let you guys know. Where did I put? Oh God. Let's see. I have it. Oh God, this was a really good one here. Ashley's. Oh, by the way, Milo Yiannopoulos. I don't know if he's off of his suspension yet, but they suspended Milo for basically spilling the tea about Ashley St. Clair and Elon Musk. Milo can't seem to not be banned from Twitter for whatever reason. Oh, and I also want to say this is, guys, please don't let the Elon Musk / Ashley St. Clair give you false hope. There's this one dude. I forget the guy's name. I have to go through my backlog of tweets here. There's one like conservative pundit guy. Of course, I knew this was coming as soon as the story broke, right? Well, at least she's having the child. I just want to say, we're talking about Elon and saying, but at least she had the child. Let's give her a round of applause for not choosing abortion. I'm like, he's the richest man in the fucking world. What other choice does she have? What do you honestly think? Do you honestly think she's going to choose any other choice than to have the richest man in the world's baby? She wants to be part of that cult. Trust me. I read that. I'm like, what the fuck other choice is there? If I had his baby, I would have the baby. If I could have his baby, I would do it, man. Because that baby, she and that baby, and the baby's baby, and the baby's baby's baby, and the baby's baby, grandchildren, great-grandchildren are set for life. She won 4 lifetimes of the lottery. What else did she gonna choose? You know what? I'm really considering abortion with Elon Musk's kid. Sure you are. Get the fuck out of here. But I love how they think this is like some sort of like, oh, this revelation. Oh, she could have chose to abort the child. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, I'm going to put this up I'm going to put this so that see if the chat knows what this guy's all about. I think I found her ex-boyfriend's, Ashley St. Clair's ex-boyfriend's. Okay. God, I love this. So did you know that Eva Lovia was on Timcast and she was saying roughly 6% of women are achieving orgasm right now? Baby, I'm glad you're in that 6%. Oh my God. Here we go. Now we come to it. All right. I found it. All right. So this was from, when was this? Back in May? I want to say this was back in May. Yeah, this is in May of last year, because I remember doing a follow-up to this video of her being on trigonometry. And I will tell you, this video, it's a trailer. It's not the whole video, obviously. This trailer did not age well, to say the least. So, is it this one? No, not that one. Is it? No, it's this one. There we go. Okay. Check this shit out. Let me back this up a little bit.
Andrew Tate's not the problem, because if you take Andrew Tate away, you still have this massive group of young men who were clinging to that message on shows like the Whatever podcast. They're bringing them on for this humiliation porn. Why is all of this content allowed on YouTube? YouTube, who has been, at the forefront of, we need to protect those who are, a protected class. And women typically fall into that class. So why all of a sudden is all of this content allowed on YouTube that is terribly misogynistic, that's terribly degrading to women? When I don't think that would have been allowed, years ago. I just don't. I think that would have been removed from the platform swiftly. Society hasn't changed that it's really fun to watch a witch be burned at the stake, right? It's really fun to watch this humiliation of women on shows like the Whatever podcast.
Jesus Christ wants you to do OnlyFans work, just so that we're clear?
Yes.
If God wanted you to do OnlyFans, then what would Satan want you to do?
To stop doing OnlyFans?
Yeah, why do you think he'd want you to stop?
Because I love making sexual content.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you think that God, his preference would be that you continue to make sexual content on your OnlyFans?
Yes, he wants me to do it.
You have these women who they know, they're just OnlyFans models. They're not exactly the brightest bulbs in the bunch. They're not bringing them on for intellectual conversation. They're bringing them on for this humiliation porn. And I think that's become really attractive and rewarded in algorithms. This sort of nastiness, this division of the sexes is rewarded a lot more than talking about what you or I or so many people might find more important. For example, what's something you might find more important than the gender divide? You could name a plethora of things. The issue in this country,
Chris, his eyes are glazed over,
and define this era by the division of the sexes or by the female era. We're never going to call it that.
No, we are. It's called gynocentrism, you dumb cunt. Thank you. That actually wasn't the one I wanted to show you, but that's part of it right there. Let me see if I can find the other one. That was what Whatever podcast decided to throw up on the thing. Which one is it? Let's see. There's one. The reason I'm digging this up is because she mentions Elon Musk in the thing. Where do we? I can find this for you guys. Man. Sorry if I didn't think this was so important, I wouldn't put it on. Oh, by the way, I am not a Freemason, just so you guys know. Somebody called you, hey man, he's got those secret hand signs and everything. Really? Are we going back to this now? Oh, there's Eva Lovia. Yeah, I looked this up. Like I couldn't believe that I saw this, because she was saying like she was the kid, she had the kid like 5 months ago. Okay, here we go. This is actually the one that I wanted to show y'all. There we go. Much better. Okay, this is it. All right, check this shit out. All right, push.
Andrew Tate's not the problem, because if you take Andrew Tate away, you still have this massive group of young men who were clinging to that message on shows like the Whatever podcast. They're bringing them on for this humiliation porn. I think you're going to be really surprised at the number of people, the number of men who do have options, who are choosing to have AI girlfriends or live in this digital world. I don't think people realize how historic it is. For him not only to spend $44 billion for free,
there you go,
to have someone who goes and tells Disney and their mountains of money, fuck off. I don't need you. I think that's monumental.
Illegal focusing on a law. It's insane.
So we have almost more people coming here illegally just under the Biden administration than the entirety of Ellis Island.
There you go. That was Wednesday, June 19th of last year. That's when that was. So I saw that. I'm like, man, she's got it hot. She's got something going on for Elon. And this was right when Elon had just purchased Twitter. Now you got to remember, when Elon purchased Twitter, he kind of wanted to back out of it, and then he like, fuck, I guess I better buy it, and so he did. And it turned into what it is right now. But I will tell you this right now: it's like when this came out, and she started talking to these guys from Trigonometry. That's so it would have been June of last year. That's when I did the follow up video for this. So you can find it in my backlog. But that's when she kind of showed up on my radar. And so I had this exchange. I won't call it up because I don't want to bore you. But I had this exchange with her on Twitter, of course. And I said, look, you sound like you have like these real, this is when I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt, right? Okay. So I think we know.
Well, I'm a whore.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're already past that point. And by the way, if people want to say, man, that Elon Musk is a really weird guy. I'm like, yeah, that was established with like Amber Heard. Okay. Like that was before Grimes and all the other shit. I can't believe it. You can't believe that he's actually going to go and like reproduce with. And I'll tell you what's funny is like, remember when Jeffrey Epstein said he wanted to repopulate the world?
Yeah. Yeah. Like what the fuck?
Yeah. Jeffrey Epstein wanted to repopulate the world. So I reached out to her. And this was when I thought like she was like, a genuine actor, right? And I said, hey, look, you sound like you have some very, specific opinions. You have some very educated opinions. Why don't you come on Access Vegas with me and Mike? Why don't you come to Vegas? Or I'll tell you what, we will live stream, because I don't want to do any fucking debates unless they are live stream debates. I will not do fucking debates where you're just going to record me and fucking pull me out of context. Fuck, nobody debates anymore anyways. But if you are so invested in your positions, ladies, trad femme ladies who want to defend Eva Lovia, want to defend Nala Fit, and now are going to most definitely want to defend Ashley St. Clair, all you ladies who want to be, especially you trad cons, especially you good Christian churchy women, right? Today's Sunday, right? So like you're probably just getting out of church hearing this right now. I will tell you this right now. This table right here is open. It's open for you anytime you want to come here. I got several more. I will sit here with, how many can we get? I guess with 8 of you. I will sit here with 8 of you, and I will take it. We will just do this crossfire fucking interview, and we're going to do it fucking live. There's still no takers. And, I probably should put this out. That goes for anybody. Anybody wants to quote unquote debate me, you can come here into Las Vegas. It's a hub. You could probably find a very cheap flight to Las Vegas.
Yeah, very
right?
much.
You'll have a very good time. I'll tell you what, I'll even take you to Roll and Smoke barbecue afterwards, because I love me some Roll and Smoke. Ooh. So if you want to come to this table and you want to have some sort of back and forth with me on a live stream, be my fucking guest. But I think the same shit goes for Alex from Datesite. Same shit goes for Mac and Murphy, who's been popping off and mouthing off about the red pill again and about the manosphere again, because all these motherfuckers do is make straw men on Twitter, and they go, this is what the manosphere is all about. This is what they always say. They incessantly talk about X, Y, and Z. And it's like, everybody knows you're full of shit. Mac and Murphy is the biggest fucking pussy on Twitter right now. On that platform, I will say this once again: you are the biggest fucking pussy on that fucking on that platform. Because every time It's always, they incessantly talk about this, and it's always like, those red pill guys are certain people, certain gurus. Like, name names or shut the fuck up. And that goes for all the trad cons. That goes for all these people who want to like throw out like these those podcast guys, those red pill guys. Name names or shut the fuck up. And by the way, if you are if you see this happen on Twitter, on Instagram, not so much on Instagram really, but you see this happen on Twitter, you see this happen in forums, you see this happen on Discord, you see this happen on Reddit. Ask them who the fuck they're talking about, please, because there's a template right now on social media for these guys who want to establish themselves, as I said, about making themselves into authorities on all of this. And all they do is create a straw man out of the red pill, a straw man out of the quote unquote manosphere, which could be fucking anything, right? Because the red pill is supposed to be whatever the fuck I say it's supposed to be, right? It could be about politics. It could be about the JQ. It could be about freaking anything. No, it's about intersexual dynamics. Can we just can we cut the shit, please? So if you're going to call it the red pill, if you're going to call it the manosphere, try to be more specific. Try to talk about who the people specifically the people who you're mentioning. Because if you're not, and if you're reading this from somebody else, tell them to go fuck themselves. Because they're not being specific and they are trying to build up a narrative that is a false fucking narrative. So the reason why I'm taking this attitude, right? Well, Rollo seems like he's edgy and unhinged. Yeah, you know why? Because I just got done with that show or that panel show with Myron and the rest of those guys, like I said, on Valentine's Day. And if we are going to stick to the narrative, if we are going to have this solidarity, then we need to call out fucking charlatans like this. We need to call out these people, straw manning shit like this, saying shit that like putting words in your mouth that you never fucking said. And trying to clarify stuff, because it's easier to create bullshit than it is to refute bullshit. It is an order of magnitude greater to refute bullshit than it is to create bullshit. But that doesn't mean you don't make a fucking good stab at it when you see it. So when I see stuff like this, I'm going to call you a fucking pussy. And I'm going to use those terms too, because you are a fucking pussy. That is bitch behavior to quote a friend of mine. That is bitch behavior. Stop being a little pussy. You know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Has Trump being elected increased your views? No. If anything, they are flatlined still, which I'm glad you brought that up, because Uncle Cappy and I, Andrew Clary and I are doing, we're presently working on a series of videos. And Kyle, I don't think I've mentioned this to you just yet. Aaron Clary and I are working on a series of videos to, in no uncertain terms, define the history and everything that has gone on with the Department of Homeland Security of the United States of America. Let's see, I guess it would be the FBI or the NSA. I'm not sure. The people involved in doing false flag research on incels to get them on the terrorist watch list, looking at you, Will Costello, and also all the people involved with the NGO that is known as Diverting Hate. And we are sort of pooling our resources together, because I guess it's real now for Aaron Clary. Aaron Clary is welcome, brother. I'm glad you're on board. Aaron hit me up about a week ago, and he's in Vegas now too. So we'll probably do it here in studio when the time comes. But we're doing our homework. We want to make sure that we're 100% bulletproof, because we're going to be bringing up a lot of shit about a lot of people, and we want to be 100% accurate. So we want to have done our due diligence, all of our homework, and have everything, all of the receipts, everything will be available to you guys to see all this shit that we've been talking about. And if Mike Sartain wants to be a part of it, I hope he does. We are going to be putting this thing together, and I think it's probably going to end up having to be a series of videos, because that's how complex the thing is. That's how expansive this censorship has been. That's why I wanted to show you that first thing with Ashley St. Clair, where she's saying, we need to how come YouTube's not censoring this shit? They are. They have been. That was right smack in the fucking middle of all this shit. How come this is the century of the woman. This is your, by the way, this is your TradCon. This is your conservative, good. She's going to make a great mom for baby number 13. Oh boy, 13, lucky number 13, right? Yeah, she's going to make a great mom. At least she didn't choose abortion. Yeah, this is the one. Right smack in the middle of this. And I want to also point this out too. Once I figured out she was full of shit, like I remember like watching her, and I would snap back anytime I said, you know what, the fucking floor is open anytime you want to come and defend your position. I said, until then, your words are as empty as your God, right? That's what they want to, that's what they want to hear, right? Your faith is empty. Your Jesus, your Bible, your whatever it is that you are finding as your source of, spiritual strength so that you can go and challenge these guys on the fucking trigonometry. It's empty. You are a bad representative of your religion. And until you can step up and fucking defend that live on you would think you'd be able to, right? You would think that, well, hey, with God on my side, who can stand against me, right? Come on down. Come to Sin City. Walk right into Sin City, man. Preach against us. Come on, preach against me, girl. Sister, come on, preach against me. Nope. Because you're faithless. You're godless. Your religion is shit. Your religion is empty, just like you. God is empty, just like me. Right? So until you want to sit here across the table, that's what I'm going to say. Until you can prove me otherwise, that's what I'm going to say. Still doesn't affect them. They could care less. Which ought to tell you something, that if you're a fan of this bitch, if you're Jack Posobiec, if you're these guys who've been building this bitch up for the last 2 years, this is on you. Your faith is just as empty as hers because you aren't holding her feet to the fire. So fuck off. But no, to answer your question, no, I haven't seen any increases in my views. I was kind of hoping that was going to be the case. I don't know that they have sort of defunded these NGOs just yet. I have a feeling I'll know when they do. One of the reasons why Cappy wanted to do this series was because he hit me up. He goes, have you noticed that your super chats have really fallen off recently? I go, dude, that was like a year ago. What are you talking about? Access Vegas got my version of Access Vegas, the one that's on this channel, got demonetized in May of last year. And let me explain something to you. We had 5,000 subs, 5,000. And the show had been around for just a little over a year at that point. And I'm like, why is this show on their radar? Why would this show be demonetized? And I did not get any reason for it until recently, until right around the time that I had never gotten a reason as to why they demonetized it until Trump came into office. And then I was checking it recently because I wanted to see if I could get appeal to get remonetized. And so I did. Well, sorry to say I didn't get the show. This show's monetized, but Access Vegas on my channel is not. And so the reason they gave me was because they said the show was about sexual gratification.
What?
I'm like,
what?
Whose gratification are we talking? Because I'm not getting anything. It was about specifically about sexual gratification. So you think we have porn on here? And it's probably because we have had porn stars in the past. We have, but so has Tim. Tim Pool just had Eva Lovia on. Did he get demonetized for sexual gratification? Oh no, sorry. She's turned a new leaf. She's in the epiphany phase right now, right? She's going to tell you, guys, you need to do more around the house. You need to change the diapers. You need to fucking do more dishes. You need to do the laundry. You need to take the domestic chores and stress off of her shoulders for the whole day. and wink at her a little bit and grab her ass and, rib her or some shit. I don't know what tell her you love her, tell her she's sexy, whatever, buy her a Peloton. I don't know. But apparently you're supposed to be doing this for a minimum of 12 to 15 hours before you can get her in the mood. And God forbid any birds chirp, a car drives by, or something like the barometric pressure in the bedroom drops below a certain percentage. I don't know. But I will say this is that I got into it with Eva Lovia on Twitter for a little bit. I'm like, you're just basically reiterating chore play, which has been around since 2007. Would you like to see the essay I wrote about it back then? People don't know. I'm the old dude in this. Maybe they do.
You're like a grandpa.
Well, at least I'm a grandpa. Rollo, I've been meaning to tell you, I go to Latin Mass at St. John the Baptist, Costa Mesa in California. Okay. Michael Knowles used to come here too. He still comes sometimes. He is Catholic, but his wife isn't. She's a non-religious, what-ish. Okay. Is that where he wants to bring Nala Fit? Cool. All right. Well, good on him, Catholic dude. Been a non-super chatter for a while. Thanks, Don DeMarco. There you go. With a name like Don J. DeMarco, been non-super chatter for a while. Grateful for all you've done over the years. Just went through a breakup after 4 years. I'd be in a worse headspace without your work. Oh, cool. I'm well equipped to move forward. Many thanks, Rollo. You are welcome, my friend. Thank you for keeping the faith. And thank you for the super chat. Old sex laptop won the game, huh? Yeah. Okay. So she has quite the reputation from back. Was she a sorority girl? I think she was. Sure. They called her Smashly. Oh, so we are now. People keep saying you should call her by her real name. Real name? Yeah, Smashly. All right. All right. I guess I will. Any word on Roosh coming back? Roosh V. No. Have you heard any rumor? Now that is a name I have not heard in a long time. No, I don't know anything about his comeback. Is he supposed to be coming back as a religious commentator? As a Eastern Orthodox religious commentator? I don't know how he would come back. How would Roosh come back? Would he write another lay guide? How to fuck Eastern Orthodox chicks? I mean, really, like, where do you go from here if you're Roosh V? Rollo, your passion for your mission in the Red Pill is beyond all others in the space. Myron, Pearl, Tate, Marquette, which is why I tune in. You're the real deal. Thank you for the education. You're welcome. Thank you for being so proud. You can have one of those too. Ryan Stone always gets mad whenever I play that. Oh, by the way,
God wants you to have the baby.
Definitely not.
That hits different now, doesn't it? Oh man. Remember that? Remember when Fresh and what's a Ling Ling? Whatever her name was. Remember when that was the biggest deal going on? It was like this time last year, right? Wasn't it? I think. Remember when Ling Ling and Fresh was the biggest deal, and like now we have Elon Musk and Ashley. Bravo, Smashly. And just like that, everyone forgot about Fresh and the baby trap. Red Pill will always get vindicated. Conservatives need to wake up and put their religious egos to the side and see what's going on in the real world. Yeah, that's kind of like an oxymoron. See, the problem is I'm at the point right now where I'm like, what the fuck am I even doing this for? I mean, not like the show, but I mean, like, why am I even like talking about this stuff? And I understand there's going to be so many people in the chat. Let me spare you from actually typing out some long-winded comments in the comments here right now. I get it. I 100% get it. Well, nobody cares about those Rollo. Oh, they do. Trust me, they do. All you got to do is go on Twitter right now and tell me you can't find something about Smashly and Elon and Baby 13. God even knows what it's called, right? I love how she's like, I really want my privacy right now. And then like the very next day, she's on the New York Post. That is some like Meghan Markle bullshit, right?
I don't want attention.
I don't want any attention, Oprah. I don't want any attention, Dr. Phil. I don't want any attention, Steve Harvey. Can't we just live our lives in peace? No. But yeah, I mean, that chick is whack. Maybe I didn't realize how whack she was back when I was trying to like. Clearly, I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt and be diplomatic, like back in the day, right? But clearly, she's whack, and Elon Musk has a habit of getting with whack chicks, right? I mean, Amber Heard, okay. But wait. Here's the I put this up before. This is Elon Musk's children here. Justine Wilson. Holy mother of God! What 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids with Justine Wilson. I presume Justine, because the way she looks, she was like the come up girl. Like he was probably like he wasn't Elon Musk yet. Yeah. He had I got this thing called PayPal. Right, I'm going to sell it for $34 million. 34 wasn't it $34 million?
Something like that.
I don't think it was in the B's. I think it was in the millions, right? He sold. I think he sold it to like eBay or he sold it to Amazon. I can't remember what. But so he had that money, and then he started SpaceX and Tesla after that. Then he became the richest guy in the world, right? But Justine Wilson is the richest dude in the world, the thing there. Then there's Grimes. Okay, how that happened, God only knows. But he's got 3 kids with 3. 1, 2, 3. Am I right? No, yeah, 3 and 3. So he's got 3 with Grimes and 3 with Siobhan Zeus. Where the fuck did I get these names? And then so here's how you know it was pre-famous or pre-bajillionaire Elon Musk. Griffin Musk, Vivian Musk, Damien Musk, Saxon Musk, Kai Musk, and Nevada Musk. That must have been when he was starting like the Gigafactory in Reno. And then this is how you know it's post Elon Musk, billionaire Elon Musk. XAE A12.
It's Kyle. Yeah,
what the? Is that what that's supposed to be?
Yeah, it's supposed to be Kyle.
Kyle. Exa Dark Sidrael. That's like some fucking Warhammer 40. That's like some Dark Angels commander name right there is what that is. Exa Dark Sidrael. Yes. Let's go forth and kill the gene stealers. Technomechanicus. Tell me with a straight face, this motherfucker doesn't pay $40K. You should call him Belisarius Call. And if you know, you know. That's what he should have said. Belisarius Call. That should have been the proper name. Who's got me here? Thank you. Oh, Sam, I see you. Sorry, I'm just now catching up, Sam. And Chloe from Prairie Petals wants to connect about your next job. Thanks, Chloe. I'm in the middle of a show right now. I'll get back to you in your spam texts here in just a minute. Well, I mean, you're going to go to all that trouble. Tell me he doesn't play 40K. Really? Where's the other one? Let's finish up the rest of these guys. An unnamed child. Hi, unnamed. Strider. And Azure. Was he watching Lord of the Rings when this happened? So we need to put some money on this, and we need to actually I depend on my chat here. We need to come up with a name for the secret love child between Smashley St. Clair and Elon Musk. So come up with give me the best one. Give me the best. You can put it in a super chat and I'll read it. But give me the best name you can come up with for mystery baby number 13. Okay, there you go. Oh my God. Oh, so would you like to see the rest of these? Check this shit out. Hopefully I got these in the right order. It's interesting that Elon is responding to this clearly in jest screenshot that was discussed with his team months ago in a documented call. So I guess his team already knew about the kids, right? Or the kid. Now he decides to respond to this. She's trying to get Milo Yiannopoulos booted off of Twitter here, just so you know. I would like to take this offline for our child's sake. and onto the New York Post, and have been attempting to do so for weeks. Okay. FYI, the security team on Elon's own platform locked the account. This is Milo. He is now responding for a week of posting a non-consensual underwear photo of me as a child. No, it wasn't. Thanks for the call, Chris. We're bouncing the post off the consensual. Okay, so this was the response from the safety team. And then Elon, me and your team have been trying to communicate for the past several days with you, and you have not responded. When are you going to reply to us instead of publicly responding to smears from an individual who just posted pictures of me in my underwear at 15 years old? And then this is all he came up with. Whoa. By the way, this is the only thing Elon has said about this is whoa the entire time. I thought this was funny. Kamala can't help herself from getting bent over for a man to get ahead. Oh yeah, kind of hits differently now, doesn't it, Ash? Smashly. Musk allegedly provided her with a lavish apartment in the financial district where rent for a 2-bedroom can soar to nearly $40,000 according to Easy Street, and a hefty security detail, but no romance. St. Clair, no romance. Well, I guess there was a little bit. Yeah, no romance, but let me pay $40,000. Yeah, what is it? What's $40,000 to me? God, this is amazing. And she says forcible pullback. Although this is great. So this is back in 2023. Wagner chiefs say his forces will pull back. Blah blah blah. Okay, remember. Look at the look at the date on this. June 24th. The pull-out method. Speaking personally, I obviously prefer the pull-in method. Oh, jeez. Okay, I do like Elon. I like him like as kind of he's a character. I like Elon, bro. That's some Spurgy ass shit though. That is like some anti-game. Is what that is right there. Oh God. What else do we have here? Red pill will always get vindicated. Yes. Okay, we got to that. And is Elon a good example of mate choice copying? No. Who are you going to copy? Jeff Bezos? Jeff Bezos is too busy spending $600 million on the wedding between himself and Lauren Sanchez. Although I will say this, this is another great example of guys who have never learned game and have never learned female nature, have never understood anything about it. I brought this up several times about Jeff Bezos. I use Jeff Bezos. Actually, Jeff Bezos is actually kind of a little bit cooler than Elon, but God damn it, Jake, stop putting this in my Jake, my drummer is listening. Hi, Jake. Everybody say hi, Jake. Thank you. No, I was going to say Bezos is a shining example of a blue pill alpha. It's a guy who never really understands female nature. People say, "Oh, how can you say that Jeff Bezos is one of the richest guys in the world? He must be an alpha." No. So, money is not the freaking metric of being an alpha. There's like, and by the way, it's like notch count also is not a metric of being alpha. How do I know? Because I can go take you to the fucking cat houses in Reno, or I can take you here and get you laid any night of the week. Prostitution is legal in the state of Nevada. Does that mean you're alpha because you could sleep with a new chick? You could pay for a new chick every fucking night? No. This means you have the money to do it. Doesn't mean you have game. Doesn't mean you have alpha. Doesn't mean you have any kind of like, sort of like Riz. Doesn't mean you have any fucking, alpha gravitas. That doesn't mean jack shit, right? In the same way, it's like if you have a lot of money, well, can't you just go and buy a chick every night you want? Well, effectively you can, but that doesn't like give you the alpha, alpha gravitas once again. Same thing with like Jeff Bezos. Like people like hated me when I first said this. I said, Jeff Bezos is a good example of a blue pill alpha. That's not me trying to be an asshole. Or here's the best one. Well, he has more money than you do. Yeah, and he's more of an alpha than you are. Look at the money he's got. Money. That's all that. I remember like if he said something that was in any way like questioning the authenticity of Joe Rogan, like especially after his Spotify, and he made like over $100 million off of that. Like Joe Rogan can say anything he wants to, and he's right. Why? $100 million.
Yeah,
makes no difference. The sky is green. I think it looks pretty green, Joe.
they do that a lot. It's like you can't talk about anybody.
It's just money.
Yep.
I mean, it's like the money is what, like, now, granted, wealth enforces will, sure, but that doesn't mean they're right. Well, I was just what's Claire's last name? The sexologist girl, Claire something or other. She was talking about, of course, everybody's talking about Elon right now, and I'm like, well, just because Elon is prolific, it doesn't mean like the chicks want to be fucking this guy. It's wealth enforces will. And if you ever wondered like how low a woman will sink to get a baby with the richest man in the world, just look at Elon Musk with his shirt off. I mean, he looks like a cave fish, like he looks like some kind of, like he crawled out of a cave. It hasn't seen sunlight in a long time, right? It's like he's like a grub, you know. He's like in the larval stage of some, so like Destiny. Like when you see that picture of Destiny on the beach, he looks like he's in the larval stage of like, you know, like he's like morphing into, I don't know, the final form of whatever. I don't know, the insect. It's like but he's like, I prefer the put-in method.
Well, what do you call those books? The Animorph?
Animorphs
books?
Yes, he looks like he's in the larval stage. And if the price is right, that's why I laughed my ass off when the guy was like, well, at least she didn't choose abortion. She chose the right, she chose to have the child, and it's all about pro-life, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, do you know what you had to go through with him, with the larval stage to get that kid? That was a test of will for Smashley, even for Smashley, right? So yeah, she's gonna keep the kid. Like nobody is shocked by this. Nobody is. This is not something we congratulate. Oh, good girls. Well, maybe if you like had to like hold your breath and like bite your lip while you're having sex with the grub, but no, it's. I mean, then please, Elon, don't take me off of Twitter. But no, not a mate choice copying. Well, okay, what is mate choice copying? Would you like me to tell you? It's the concept. And by the way, I'm only halfway on board with mate choice copying because there's been I can dig it up if you'd like. It's in my Twitter folder, but I have research from who's it from? It's one of the contemporaries of Dr. David Buss. It's Dr. Robert something or other. I can't remember his last name. He did a mate choice. Most recently, he did a experiment on mate choice copying. The idea is this: is that if a woman sees another woman with a guy who has a kick-ass life, or he looks like this, or he talks like this, or he has this kind of status, it's going to predispose other women in that vicinity to want to get with a guy like that. That's mate choice copying. The problem I have with that is like the guys that they get with are pretty much cut from the same fucking template. So even if it's whether it's like it can be contextualized, right? So when people go, well, Rolo, you don't know what a fucking high value man was. You didn't know what to say. I'm saying, look, here's the deal. A high value guy is the guy that other men want to be and other women want to fuck. And it doesn't matter if it's like Pablo, the village elder in the fishing village on the coast of Chile he's the only guy that has a pickup truck. He's the fucking alpha. Or is it Andrew Tate draped across a fucking Lamborghini with like supermodels on a yacht party with Drake and fucking Brickle? Yes. Both can be true at the same fucking time, right? So is it mate choice copying, or is it this is the template that we as women want to see ourselves with if that other bitch can get it? So, and now you can also refer back to when I've said in the past is there is the global sexual marketplace and then there's the local sexual marketplace. The global sexual marketplace is chicks are getting flued out to Biscayne Bay and going on fucking yacht parties all the time with athletes and NBA players and Drake and rappers and whoever Drake going out there. And if this ugly bitch can go, then the possibility exists that I can. That's the global sexual marketplace. The possibility exists that a girl that looks like me and acts like me and is of my status, has tits like me, looks like me. There's a possibility that I could get flued out to Dubai and not become a human toilet. There's a possibility that somebody in Estonia might want me to be his sex cam girl. There's a possibility that that I could be the next girlfriend of Messi. Right? It goes on and on. It's the fantasization idea, but it's all only takes place in the global sexual marketplace. The problem is that self-esteem and that hubris and all that ego that gets built up in the sexual market, in the global sexual marketplace, then transfers into that woman's local sexual marketplace. And she doesn't want to have anything to do with anybody who doesn't measure up to the guys that she thinks she could possibly get in the global sexual marketplace. So women don't want to get with a guy who's like their local guy that's in their Bible study or is some guy that they saw at their college campus, because he doesn't look like and doesn't have the status of and doesn't have the money of Drake. A guy who looks like he could, that she's deserving of, that she could possibly get from the global sexual marketplace. She don't want to have nothing to do with the motherfuckers in her local sexual marketplace because they don't measure up to the fantasy of the global sexual marketplace. That's what's the disconnect. That's the incongruency. When people say, "Well, Rollo, why don't women want to get what's the problem between men and women?" It's the local versus the global sexual marketplace. That's the difference. And as long as women are on Instagram and as long as they're on whatever social media that platforms they happen to be, and they see a girl that kind of like, I look better than this fat bitch, I could get with this guy. How come she's getting flued out and I'm not? She doesn't want to get with a guy who is at her college campus. She doesn't want to get with the guy that she knows at work because that guy ain't shit compared to the guy that she thinks she possibly could get because she's on the global sexual marketplace seeing this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's always in her feed. Because once she looks at one, their impressions are going to be, that's what they're going to give her on the next one. Right? That's what's throwing the sexual marketplace off. Gee, you'll hear that here on the Rational Male, but you know where you won't fucking hear that? On fucking Trigonometry, because they don't give a flying fuck about you. It's all about clout, right, guys? It's all about CTR, click-through rate, impressions, audience retention. Those are the three metrics. That's all we fucking care about. Oh, let's have Destiny on again. We can see if we can get a shot in the fucking arm. How about Klondike as a deeper kind of gold digger? I see see what you did there. Those pussies won't name names. Okay, you're talking about those guys. We should come up with those blue pill guys. Yeah, those blue pill fags. Those pussies won't name names because they won't exist without the manosphere. That's true. That's why they rely on straw men. It's all straw man arguments. And okay, let me finish the rest. If they want to take a swing at the king, they better not miss. Here's $20 for the offering plate. Thank you very much, sir. Wait, for the offering plate. Hold on. Thank you. Yeah, I was going to say is the model, the business. Shit, what's that one? The model for all of this is make a straw man and then knock the straw man down, and that's all they do. Literally all they do. That's why Mac and Murphy has no real following on YouTube, by the way. He only goes on other people's shows because anyone if he were to start his own YouTube channel, if you were to try to start a channel just like this one, like mine, people would like eviscerate him. They would like dismantle him, just like they do on people are getting sick of his bullshit, and they're getting sick of fucking Alex from Date Sykes bullshit because it's always the same thing. It's a broken fucking record. That's all they do. All it is a straw man. Oh, those red pill guys say this. Well, what about this? What about that? What about everything's out of context. Everything is those guys always say X. It's like, no, we don't. What was the most recent one was, those red pill guys incessantly talk about how if a woman is past 30, no man will want them. No, that's not what we say. And we don't say it incessantly either. In fact, if anything, I was just saying that what's her face, Evolovia, well past 30, ex-porn star. Guess what? She's married. And you know what those red pill guys say? We say, yeah, some simp is going to come along and fucking marry that chick. That's what we say. We say, it doesn't matter. It's not like they don't want, oh, how come all these girls are married if nobody wants them? Yeah, simps want them. In fact, that was what he was responding to. He was responding to some photo or something that Myron Gaines had thrown out there about like, be this guy and don't be this guy. Like, don't marry the girl, the post-30 girl, and stick to your guns and wait until you're in your mid-30s before you start when you can become more sexually selective. I don't have to tell you guys this. I've done show after show after fucking show. I've done essay after essay after essay. Those guys always say this. No, we fucking don't. We fucking don't. And if you could show me where those guys say this all the time, I'll be happy to copy and paste it and put it right up on this fucking show. But you know what? No, those red pill guys don't incessantly say that. You know what we incessantly say? Some simp is going to come and wife this bitch up. Don't be that guy. That's what he was saying. But no, right over the fucking head, right? Because you don't want it. You want it to be whatever that straw man is that you're building up. And that's all you fucking do. That's all you've done for the last 2-3 years. And I'm fucking tired of it. I'm done. Fucking done. Until you're willing to come in here and debate it right at this fucking table on live stream, fuck you. Fuck off. Sick of this shit. I've had Mike say, yeah, we need to be more diplomatic with these guys. Fuck no, we don't. Because that's all they're about. That's all they do is go on other people's podcasts and talk shit. Because they have no following, they have no show of their own, and that's the only way that they remain relevant. Mackin has God knows how many followers on TikTok. Yeah, the kids on TikTok like you because you look like one of them, brah. That's why you get shit on Twitter. That's why you get shit on fucking Instagram. That's why you get shit on YouTube, not on TikTok. They love you. You're like a fucking boy band. You're like fucking K-pop with blonde hair. That's you on fucking TikTok. That's why you were fucking crying about it when you thought that then Trump was gonna like kill off TikTok. Oh, well, yeah, I got to say goodbye. He even did this. Yeah, farewell fucking post on TikTok. I guess I'm going to be out of here. I guess I'm losing all of my audience because that's where I built it up. He had something like 6 million followers on TikTok, Yeah, it's much, much harder to develop an audience on YouTube, on fucking Twitter, certainly on Instagram. I can tell you that right now. You know why? Because you got to be entertaining, man. Because you got to be able to be engaging. You got to be able to grab people and like give them something interesting. You got to be fun. And all you do is the same shit. That's all you do. It's the same broken record over and over and over again. It's the same straw man over and over and over. Will Black Rule Zero? I am not calling it Black Rule Zero. You called it Black Rule Zero. Fall off, or is it a real show? I believe you are referring to the show that Myron Gaines wants to do. With the let's call it the Red Pill Avengers for right now. I don't think that's what he's going to call it, but I don't know. I hope it does. Okay, would you like? Okay, I'm going to say it again. I hope it doesn't. I'm on board. I'm on board as long as everybody is staying with the plot. As long as everybody is about the red pill and they're not just going to say, "Well, I'm doing this because it's business." Is this business as usual? Oh, yeah. Hey, man, don't take that personally. It's just business. Fuck you. I've been doing this for like 22 years. I'm going to take it personally. I'm doing what I'm doing, certainly not doing it because my channel is growing astronomically right now. I'm certainly not doing it because I'm, making money hand over fist. I'm not doing it because I only read $100 super chats and go for 10-hour fucking shows. That's not me. I'm not doing that. I'm doing this because I'm about the substance and I've been about it for forever. I have 5 books to my fucking name. I got a 6th one coming out. I'm more interested in helping guys from the ground up, from the bottom up than I am from the top down. That's why I'm part of MOA. I brought this up too. The only reason people say, well, you're partnered with Mike anyways. I'm like, well, yeah, but I wasn't always. And when I saw what he was doing with MOA and I realized it was a bottom up sort of plan rather than a top down, which is what everybody does. we're going to go in and we're going to change society and we're going to change the politics and we're going to change the social dynamic, and then these guys will feel better. No, you change it man by man by man. It's each one tell one. Then you build up the groundswell, and then you go bottom up. You go from each man changing the paradigm. You don't change the paradigm and then go, oh, I hope it trickles down and changes some of these guys. What? No, that's why I got behind MOA, and it's the only, well, except for my own Reignite, obviously. It's the only program I've ever endorsed. That should say something right there. If you think I have integrity and you think I have some sort of like, I don't know, some respectability in this sphere, it should say something that's the only program I've ever endorsed. So, but no, I hope it doesn't fall off. I don't think it will. Maybe I'm being naive. I don't know. I have not been a part of Rule Zero for quite some time, but I did that because everybody wanted to ride with Pearl, and I don't ride with Pearl. And maybe things will change. Maybe some of these guys will. I'll tell you this though: if they bring Pearl into the Black Rule Zero, I'm not saying I'll fall off, but I will say that I will tell it like it is. You will get 100% honesty from me. Like that's my I got nothing left to lose at this point. I'm going to be 57 this fucking, right? I'm going to be up front. Oh, Rolo seems like he's very angry. Oh, you ain't seen the half of it yet, man. All this bullshit with Ashley St. Clair and Elon Musk. I could give two shits about Elon. It's Ashley, because she was the bitch. She was the one who went, I will hold trigonometry's feet to the fire, not just for Ashley, but for Eva Lovia just recently as well. That's all these guys do. They don't care about who's on the show. They don't care about what their narrative is. They don't care about the idea. They don't care about the ideology. They don't care about anything that is substantive. They just want eyes on the screen. That's all they fucking want. There's nothing of substance to trigonometry. There's nothing of substance to Chris Williams. There's nothing of substance to these shows whatsoever. They will interview anyone that they think will put eyes on the fucking screen. They could care less about the authenticity, the respectability, the integrity of who they have on there. Clearly they've had Destiny on there. If they have, like, Pierce Morgan is a great example of this. Like I like if I didn't care about Andrew Wilson, I wouldn't say what I'm about to say. Andrew should not be fucking with Destiny. Period. All this shit about, oh, it's debate. This is not debate. It's ego fucking fellatio is what it is. That's all it is. It's just ego fellatio. You just fucking giving yourself your ego's getting a blowjob from you. That's all it is. Like guys who say, well, I'm a debater and blah, blah, blah. It's a like, if you look at debate as sort of like a competitive sport, if you look at it like it's fucking professional wrestling, that's not debate. Debate is about issues. Debate is about getting to the truth. It's not about that guy's a liar. That's all it is. This guy's been lying. He's a liar. You shouldn't trust him. Like, take away from his brand. Just follow me. That's all it is. It's just brand advertisement. No one cares about debate anymore. They haven't cared about it in ages. When we stop caring about debate in this country is when presidential debates became advertising campaigns. They don't care about the issues. They don't even want to raise awareness of the issues. They want to say, this is what I'm for. And if you're for me, then this, like, you're either on my side or you're on this fucking asshole's side. You don't want to be an asshole, do you? So follow me. That's a debate. Fuck that. No, classical debate is about issues. It's about finding the truth, not finding who's a liar, not finding who's the best salesman, not finding about, like, if anybody says, I want to see if you're a good guy or a bad guy. That's not debate, because you already know if I'm a good guy or a bad guy. Because I'll answer that question for you. Right? So debate is, you can't say debate. I think, was it President Sunday just did a recent video. I think it was a day or two ago. It's called Debate Perverts or something like that. And it's true. Like he was saying, like the people who like are quote unquote debaters right now, or who think of it as like a blood sport or a competitive sport of some sorts, they're essentially, it's a perversion. It's a perversion of the true sense of what a debate is, because a debate is to guys who they just want to be professional debaters. master debaters, guys who want to be, who do it, they do it because they enjoy doing it. They do it because they like to get in the flow. They do it because they just enjoy being in a debate. They could give two flying fucks what the debate is about. Like everyone wants to say that, oh, Destiny's such a great debater. No, he's not. He just enjoys fucking with people. If you break Destiny's flow state when he's like talking about whatever it is, like, and I've seen this happen on several occasions when people know more about a topic or they know more about something than he does, it breaks his concentration, it breaks his flow state. Like, it doesn't matter to the people who are following him. They just want to see him get a few, like, get some jabs in there, like, do a fucking flying back kick, man. That's all. And he knows that. It doesn't matter whether he wins or loses. He always wins because all of his followers, all of his sycophantic followers, are just going to pat him on the back no matter what. The only way he loses, and this is just in general, I'm not going to pick on just on Destiny, but in general, like the guys who like to do debates, it's an ego appeasement thing for them. It's a perversion. They're perverts. They're perverting the purpose of debate. The purpose of debate is to get to the truth. It's to debate, well, is this true? Here's a concept. Here's a topic. Here's whatever it is. Is this true? It's not, is this bad or is this good? Is this fucking true? We used to have, like, classic debate was only about that. Like, was it Greek Hellenic debate was only about that. It wasn't about, in fact, that was a logical fallacy, right? Attack the debate, attack the topic, not the man. That was off limits. That's all it is right now, is attack the motherfucker. Doesn't matter what the topic is, attack that guy. That's the purpose, is now to attack that guy. There's no such thing as debate anymore. It's just a fucking blood sport. Paying my tuition and patiently waiting for the day you will get an honorary doctorate from your alma mater. From UNR. I would take it. I would take that. I don't think that will ever happen, but Ron, thank you for that 5 whatever. Oh, Flavio Fedorian, like DeLorean. What is a Ron?
I don't know.
What is a Ron? I got 5 Rons. I don't think I've ever got a Ron. Thank you for your Rons. Is it a Romanian dollar? Something like that? That would be ROM. Ooh, look at that.
Romanian, yeah. Romanian.
Oh, it is.
Lou.
Oh, thank you. Does that mean I have to join the mafia? Was that money laundering? Does Lily or Bonnie Blue, I presume, Lily Phillips or Bonnie Blue, get married, knocked up by an athlete in the end, or lose their minds on TV and return to Jesus? Can it be both? I think it can be both. I don't think that either one of these chicks gets, I don't know, who knows? There's always a simp that will wife them up. But if I had to make a prediction, if I had to like follow the logical, breadcrumbs here, I would say that this is the plan. This is the template, right? It's be a slut. The template, ladies, if you want to be successful as an influencer, if you want to be like, there's always hope for you. There's nothing that is irredeemable for you. If Eva Longoria, if Candace Hollaback, Eva Lovia can do 12 years of blacked and brazzers and anal scenes and God knows what, trains, and I don't even know what else, spit roasts. I'm trying to think of all the terms that all the girls tell me. I got an idea what a spit roast is, but I'm not really sure what some of this other
Eiffel Tower.
See, I had to have that explained to me. I'm not naive, but I did have to have that explained to me by Mike. If she can do that and get a spot on Tim Pool, I think maybe we should like look at a clip of that with Myron on there, because it's pretty interesting. But she can get a spot on Tim Pool. She's married. I know she just got married. If Riley Reid can get married and have a white baby with with the husband, there's hope for you, ladies. So here's and I know that this was already a video. I think I played this at one point, but it's the chick who has been this just incorrigible slut, OnlyFans girl for God knows how. It's Nala Fit, right? Nala has some pretty hardcore shit out there too. And by the way, I came across, wasn't looking for it. Fucking Red Pill Luffy or whatever his name is, like throws shit at me. Oh, what's this link? Done some hardcore fucking shit, right? She can still get married, or I don't know, the guy. Well, like I said, the guy's like 2 double devils away from not being married. But she's got the religious boyfriend. She's gone through the baptism. She's renounced her slut-like ways. She's finally deleted OnlyFans, I guess. I'm not even sure. I could be wrong. I gave up after a while. After the first Michael Knowles interview, I gave up. If she this is the template, ladies. As I said, here, I wasn't wrong when I posted this in my second book, right? Party years, about 18 to 28, right? This, by the way, is from The Rational Male, Preventative Medicine, available on Amazon. Go get it. It's actually the cheapest book I have, and it is also, I think, the sleeper hit of all five of the books. I mean, everybody loves the first one, but if you're going to say which one you like the best of the remaining 4, people tend to like Preventative Medicine. Anyways, party years. These are also known colloquially as the hoe phase, ladies. Hope you have a good hoe phase. So the hoe phase is between 18 to 28. This is when we follow Sandbergian hypergamy, which is date the bad boys, the wrong for you boys, the red flag boys, the rock band drummer, Jake the Snake Copes. Go fuck that guy. This is when you go and you sow your wild oats, ladies, right? And then 28, this is when you have to stick the landing. Okay. So right around 28 is when women start realizing that the lights are going to come on at the club and they've got to find a guy to leave the club with at some point, right? In 2020, I emphasized this because who was it? Tommy Lahren. Tommy Lahren was 28 years old and she couldn't believe that she didn't have a guy to take her home from the club. Right? She was losing her mind. This was the first time I got an invite to the Dr. Phil show, by the way. They wanted to put me, they didn't tell me this, but they wanted to put me and Tommy Lahren on the same show and let us like duke it out because it's all about blood sports for them, right? But 28 is right around when the epiphany phase begins, right? And there's a transition phase there too. The transition phase I'll explain to you here in just a second, but I did definitely want to talk about the epiphany phase today, so now seems like a good time. 28 years old, this is somewhere from 26 to 28. This is when women start to realize that they're not going to be able to compete at the same level that they're competing at now into the future. So as I said, if you notice, they're also on the timeline or that chart right there, it says peak SMV for women is right around 23 years old. This is indisputable. Even my haters will acknowledge that this is when women hit their peak, because this is the average age that men from 15 all the way up to 105 will say is when a woman is the most attractive. What they would like to get with is a woman who's between the ages of 21 and 22, 25, somewhere around there. Average about 23 years old. Okay. For women, it staggers, right? If a woman is 25 years old, she's looking for a guy who's 28 to 31, somewhere in there. It's anywhere between 3 to 7 years, not 3 to 5, like a lot of people would say. It depends on whose numbers you're using. I like to use Dr. David Buss's numbers. Everybody drink. Okay. So right around 23, that's peak years, which, by the way, Maya Sofield just hit yesterday. Happy birthday to Maya. So then as women they age out of the sexual marketplace, right? Now, not all of them age out of the sexual marketplace. And as I keep saying over and over, and maybe this will help clarify a few things for our good friend Mac and Murphy. Okay. No one is saying that once you get to be 30 years old, you're just fucking unmarriageable. I mean, maybe you'll hear Myron Gaines sort of tongue in cheek say something like that, or average this or average that, right? Which, if you're listening to incels saying, well, when a woman is 30 years old, she hits the fucking wall, you will never hear Rollo Tomasi say that. I know chicks who are 43 years old right now who compete in Fitness America pageant and win it, right? If you look up, what the fuck is her name? Jamie Villamore. If you look up Jamie Villamore on Instagram, she is 44 years old with at least 2 kids. She might have 3. You look at her, she is physically, she has definitely not hit the wall. You would 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 definitely. But the thing is Jamie Villamore at 43 as hot and as fuckable as she was at 33? Maybe. Was she as hot and fuckable as she was when she was 23? You might even be able to say yes. You could say, well, she's always been hot. She's always been attractive. She's always been sexy. Okay, fine. Great. Thing is up here, that's where the wall begins. So when a woman gets to be about 29 years old, 30 years old, that's when she wants to check out of the sexual marketplace. That's when she starts looking for a different kind of guy. She's not looking for Tinder swindler anymore, unless she's already had him. She is wanting to find a guy who likes puppy dogs and wants to go and he's got good prospects. And my mom likes him and he likes dogs and he wants children and he comes from a good family and he's funny and he has a master's degree and he's made partner at the law firm and he's on all these things that are like become like all these, they were on the priority list, but they become like just imperative at 30 years old. She's going to start prioritizing things a little bit differently when she gets to be about 30 than she was when she was 23. And she could give 2 flying fucks about finding a man to be married to. So the epiphany phase is when women have this epiphany that they can't keep doing what they've been doing. We can't keep doing this stuff. We got to find a good guy. Got to find a husband. We got to find a man with benefits. We got to find a guy. We got to find Elon Musk. Where's fucking Elon Musk? They said she was 26 years old. 26-year-old Ashley St. Clair. Even if she's 30 years old, right? 30, 32, whatever. She's still within the tolerance of the epiphany phase right there. Average age of first marriage for women in the United States is 30 years old. For men, it's 32. And that has been pushed like from the 60s all the way up to 2025. In the 60s, it was like 19 was the average age of first marriage. Now it's 30 years old. And you can say, well, that's because women are focusing on their careers. No, maybe they went through an extra 4 years of college. Okay, I'll give you that. But it's also because they can't find the right guy because their standards are so fucking impossibly high. And that's what happens is when a woman hits the epiphany phase, the standards of the global sexual marketplace that were created in the global sexual marketplace don't jive with what's available to her in the local sexual marketplace. So she deserves Drake. She deserves Elon Musk. She does, maybe not. She deserves the guy. Is it Andre Messi?
I think so.
Leo Messi. Leo Messi?
Yeah, Leonardo Messi.
Leonardo Messi. She deserves Leonardo Messi. Leonardo. It shows you how much we know about fucking. Ask a football team. America. I'm a football Americano. She deserves a rock star. She deserves the guy who is the complete package. And so she says, well, where are all the good men, Rolo? I'm 30 years old. That's when you have to start. You're going to make the compromise. And that's when the epiphany phase comes up. I have to make a compromise. I have to compromise. And this is, I've described it as, it's easier to understand it if I just kind of give you this little story here. When a woman hits about 29 years old, maybe 30 years old, I'm going to be Freudian here. That's when her id has a conversation with her ego. There's id, ego, and superego. We're going to leave superego out of this conversation for the time being. Id and superego. So id says, I really want to fuck that hot guy in the foam cannon party in Cancun on spring break again. Can we go back there? How can we take a vacation? Can we please go back to Cancun or Tulum or wherever the fuck it is? Because we need to find that hot guy again. Because that was the best sex I ever had in my life. I really, 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 it's a hedonism thing. Like I really want to fuck. I need it now. That's the id. The id is the child. It wants what it wants. It wants pleasure. It wants gratification immediately, right then and there. The ego says, well, no, we can't do id. I'm sorry, but we have to find a guy who is good for the long haul. We got to find a guy who loves his mother, likes puppy dogs, rainbows, Disneyland, fucking has a sense of humor, is educated, has all of this prerequisites and these criteria. they're few and far between. You look at the local sexual marketplace. Fucking hey, we can't find a guy like that. We need to either lower our standards or we need to reprioritize those standards. So we say, well, we can't have the bad boy drummer anymore. Jake. We can't have we can't have the hot guy in the foam cannon party anymore because he's not a good bet for the future. So we got to listen to what's her face said, Sandberg. We got to do Sandbergian hypergamy right now. Now's the time. She said, Sheryl Sandberg. She said, nothing sexier. We just got to wait for the right guy, right? Well, nothing sexier means also nothing exciting. And the id is like, fuck, I want to have a hot guy in the foam cannon party. And the ego says, no, we gotta think about our future. We gotta think about babies. Your mom wants grandkids. We gotta think about this. And so what happens is boring beta guy comes along and he kind of fits the bill well enough. And then so ego says to id, okay, we found this guy. He's not as exciting as the motorcycle guy for the helicopter pilot we used to fuck, right? He's not as exciting as the guy in Tulum. He's not exciting as the guy that's the hot guy in the foam cannon party. But look, he's got a lot of prospects. If he got in the gym a little more, maybe we'd want to fuck him. He's got the money. I know he looks like a grub. He looks like he's in the larval stage, but that's okay. Look at all the other benefit. Look at all the value added this guy has. Maybe we can just sort of bite our, close our eyes and imagine the helicopter pilot while we're fucking him, right? And so you've got this kind of compromise and this back and forth conversation between the id and the ego when a woman gets to be about 29, 30 years old. And what happens is then the id goes, okay, we can fuck this guy, but he has to be somewhat exciting. He has to be okay. And then there's this compromise that goes between the two. And that's how you get the guy who is not the first choice, not the best sex, not anything, but he's good enough. He's the good enough guy. And that's when women get married to that guy because she had an epiphany. But the id says, and the ego says, okay, well, tell you what, we'll get with this guy, but he has to jump through our hoops. He's a beta, so we have to make rules for the beta that we broke for the hot guy in the foam cannon party when you were 23 years old. And the id goes, okay, well, how do we convince him that we're not a slut? How do we convince him, or how do we determine whether this guy has so much value that we would compromise the fun, exciting sex to get with the long-term security? How do we do that? Well, we say we're getting right with God. We say we're going to convert to Christianity or Islam if you're Brittany Renner. We say, we're going to do things the right way, mister, and you better jump through these hoops because we don't want you to, you've got some masculine responsibilities at 30, 32 years old. You have some duties. You have some responsibility. You owe us a better life. The id and the ego. You owe us a better life. So here's the hoops you need to jump through. Here's the things you need to do. Here's the beliefs you need to have. You need to have to forgive us of all of our sins with the hot guy in the foam cannon party when I was 23. You have to forgive us of all of those sins because now we're a different person. We're a new creation in the Lord. You want to know why Christianity is so popular amongst women? Because it's based on forgiveness. Oh boy, you ready for a stinger here? I'm going to give you a fucking here's your fucking stinger. You know why women Brittany Renner converting to Islam, that's a rarity. And I don't even believe that for one fucking minute. But the reason why women convert to Christianity, Allie Beth Stuckey, the reason why they fucking do that is because it's based on forgiveness. Oh, so I can be forgiven of all the shit that I did to get to the point where I'm at right now. But I have a baby in tow. Doesn't matter. You're forgiven. But let's see. I used to fuck on screen for Brazzers and for Blacked, and I had trains run on me, and I've had bukkake scenes, and doesn't matter. The Lord still loves you. And you know what? If somebody else has a problem with that, they have a problem with the religion. They have a problem with the Lord. They have a problem with forgiveness. They're not real Christians unless they forgive that of you. By the way, I'm not saying anything that Andrew Wilson hasn't already said on whatever podcast about this. Do you think that your father would like you to be an OnlyFans model? Father? Which one? The father, my biological father, or this guy? Or the dude that was never around for me when I was a kid? Fuck him. No. Father. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's who, and even that's what you're supposed to get from that conversation. And so that's really what it comes down to. So it's like, if you have a problem, and by the way, it's not just the chicks, it's the guys. Michael Knowles will say the same thing. Well, Nala, she got baptized, and she answered an altar call, and she said all those words that you're supposed to say. That you mean now you're forgiven? All I have to do is say, Lord, please forgive me. That's all you have to say? Well, you got to get dunked in that water. Okay, no problem. Okay, yeah, I need a bath, right? So they'll go and they'll jump in the pool and get dunked. No problem. All right, I'm a new creation. All that shit I did on OnlyFans, get out of here. If you have a problem with it, you're insecure, mister. If you have a problem with it, you're not a real Christian, mister. And you know what? If you were better, then women wouldn't have to resort to this in the first place. See, it was the whole reason I had to be forgiven is your fault. That's what it is. Fuck you, man. Just fuck you. And I'll tell you, I know it sounds like I'm being insensitive. Maybe I am a little bit, but I know it sounds like I'm being insensitive right now, but I should say this. And if you have read my fourth book, which is called Religion, it took me 3 fucking years to write this book. Please go get it on Amazon. If you want to know why I believe in God, chapter 14, go right there. I'm not going to tell you. I spent too much fucking time writing that book. Do me the solid. Go spend the $14.99. And you really want to know? Hey, I wonder, Rollo, you say you're a Christian. You say you're, yeah, I do. Okay. Well, why don't you explain yourself? I have. It's in that book. Go read the fucking book. Do me the solid and read that fucking book. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to explain myself to you right now, because it was more personal, more sincere, more thoughtful, more empathetic to write that chapter than anything I could tell you on this. I'll fuck with you on this show. I will seriously fuck with you on this show, but I wasn't fucking with you in that book. And you know why I'm telling you that is because religion is something that should be personal. It is something that should be between you and the creator of the fucking universe. And that's why it pisses me off to no fucking end when I have to go and I have to listen to Ashley St. Clair talk about all these, pontificating, self-righteous fuckwits. Oh, I'm glad she had the baby and didn't fucking have an abortion. Oh, the richest guy in the world again, right? Well, the only reason that guy's popping off about that is because he's virtue signaling. He wants everybody within earshot to know that he's on Team Ashley, Team Baby, Team Jesus, Team Altar Call, Team Forgiveness, right? That's, oh, good, awesome, cool. Like it shouldn't be like that. I remember I was on Access Vegas, and Glenn Lawrence's now ex-wife Coco was on that show. I don't know how she got on that show, but Zerka was on that show. And so I remember being on the show it was the first time and the last time Zerka was ever on Access Vegas, and also Coco happened to be on that show. I think we just had an extra seat and she filled it, right? And afterwards, she was like, Rollo, I hate that guy. I'm like, why? Because he's the kind of guy that gives Christianity a bad name. I understand exactly what you mean, especially right now. Because if I'm going to say that I have some sort of affiliation or some sort of faith, that's personal to me. And when somebody comes along and wants to use it as sort of their get out of jail free card, who wants to use it as something that's impersonal, some kind of I got to stick the landing. I want my deathbed. I'm gonna convert on my deathbed, and then all is forgiven. Right? That's the mentality of this, and that's the stick the landingness of this. And so one of the things, like when I was doing this chart right here, this was almost a precursor to book 4, because the timeline here is so fucking convenient. 30 years old, like look at this, 30 years old happens to be the time at which women, average age of first marriage for women. And when do women say their biological clock is ticking? 30 years old. Oh, well, that's fucking convenient. Hey, my biological clock is ticking. You better jump through these hoops. That's another thing. It's like whenever you will never hear women say, where are the good guys at when they're 23? You only hear it when they're 33. when the chips are down, when they're like, then it's your fault that you're not there waiting for them. Like Ross should have been waiting for fucking Rachel and Friends. Like if we're both single at 30, then I promise we're going to go and we're going to get together and we're going to get married because, well, I want to fuck other guys right now. And so therefore, once I'm done with that, and if one of these guys doesn't pan out, then at least I know you'll be there to be my security blanket and my fucking, my safety net so that I don't fall and crash on the fucking ground. Now take that dynamic and add Jesus. Take that dynamic and put God in there. I would be like, I remember when Andrew Tate decided he was going to convert to Islam. I guess apparently that's out the fucking window too, because now he wants everybody to be like born again Christians. That just the very fact that you would use religion as sort of like your marketing ploy, your branding, your personal branding, all that stuff, especially something that should be as personal to you as your religious beliefs. I remember when Sneeko decided he was, because Andrew Tate is a Muslim, I guess I better be one too. Right? I remember when that dumb fuck brought the Quran that he bought at Barnes and Noble right before the show, right? But the guy has flip-flopped and has gone in and out of this. He's in his little, what do they call it? This white frock or cassock or whatever they call it. A little white, looks like a yarmulke, but it's not. It's whatever it is. Going and pretending, playing. He's cosplaying being a Muslim, and now apparently he's not a Muslim anymore. And I will tell you this: the same people who went and the same ideology, the same kind of zealotry that went into the Charlie Hebdo shootings and stuff like that. Like, where's that? Like, why wouldn't you have that kind of offense at somebody who will use your religion? I'm not Muslim. I know I have a lot of respect for my Muslim friends who I had to interview for book 4. Like, where's that fervor? Where's that kind of like, where's that? I'm trying to think of the word. Where's that resentment? Where's that kind of reproach? There you go. Where's that reproach for a guy who uses your religion, especially Islam? Like where's the guy? Where's the reproach? Where's the reprehensibility of the guy who uses your religion as their fucking brand platform? And that's really all. I'm only bringing this up. I'm not saying that's not a call to action or anything like that. I'm just saying that's the same kind of feeling I get every time I see Ashley St. Clair. That's the same kind of feeling I get when I see Isabella DeLuca. That's when I see what's her face, Nala Fit. That's the same kind of feeling I get when I see Eva Lovia. Right? We want to be, good Christian ladies right now, and we're forgiven. And if you won't forgive us, then you're an insecure man and you have insecurity in your masculinity and you don't really believe in your religion. No, I do. That's why I'm calling you out. That's why there it is, rebuking you. That's why. And you know what? Everybody else should do that. And quite honestly, Andrew Wilson, instead of like wagging a finger and pounding a Bible, just rebuke them and be done with it and move on to the next. Because that's really all it comes down to, or it should come down to. So I wasn't trying to get into some sort of sermonizing or anything like that today, but I did write. It took 3 years of my life to write a book called Religion, of all things. I was telling Kyle, I put this tweet out recently. It was just yesterday, as a matter of fact. And by the way, it's sarcasm. I know that's hard for you autistic fucks to wrap your head around, but I put this little check marks and said, I've been married for 28 years. Actually, I'm going on 29. I have one child, so I guess I'm fucked, right? I'm supposed to have 10. I have one child who is married herself now and is 26 years old. I have never cheated on my wife. I have never been responsible for an abortion. I have never been in the position where I would have been responsible for a fucking abortion in the first place. I wrote a book called Religion. I have never changed. I've been the most consistent voice in the manosphere for 25 years now. Where's my fucking interview trigonometry? And so at the end of this, I go, I am arguably the most conservative voice in this sphere because you want receipts? I got your fucking receipts. But people go, well, People go, well, Rollo Tomasi don't get no hoes, man. Wait.
I'm like, man, Rollo Tomasi don't get no hoes, man.
What's a receipt now? Is a receipt being married for as long as I have and having kids and like, is that a receipt? Because I got all kinds of fucking receipts if that's the case. Oh, Rollo, you've only fucked 41, 42 women, man. That's fuck. Those are rookie numbers. Got to get those numbers up. Yeah, it's funny. Is according to Myron, like he said, you got to fuck 50 women before you think. I'm like, shit, I got 9 more to go. Damn, man. Does a blowjob count? Pretty good. All right, now done. All right, let's get through these. Now, the timeline is this. Lily and Bonnie, they do exactly what I was saying. Like they go through the hoe phase. Bonnie Blue is only 25 years old. She looks like she's 40. I am not going to lie. I mean, and she doesn't look bad, but she looks road hard, put up wet. Lily Phillips, she looks younger, but she's starting to show a little bit of wear and tear. You guys need to look up Annie Knight. Annie Knight is the third part of that triumvirate, by the way. Annie Knight is, she's Australian. I know that Bonnie Blue is not, but Annie Knight is from Australia. Annie Knight also has like 650 notch counts for just last year alone. So this is kind of like their thing. Bonnie Blue, Lily Phillips, and Annie Knight. You guys haven't heard of Annie Knight yet, but if you ANNIEKNIGHT, Annie Knight. They all know each other. They Annie Knight and Bonnie Blue shoot together all the time. Ask me how I know. What's this one? Rollo, father of the red pill. Thank you for all your work. Thank you, my friend. You get one of these. Well, that was the Romanian. How come you gave me like $2 in American money? You gave me $5 in Romanian money. Is there a balance there? Proper Space Marine names go to conquer Mars. Yeah. Oh, maybe that's what we should name the Marneus Calgar. Marneus Calgar or Rabute Gilman. Rabute Gilman Musk. That almost sounds right. Rabute Gilman. Rabute. Sanguinius doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well.
Not as good as the other.
Layman Russ. No, definitely not. No way. I can't abuse the Space Wolves with that. But yeah, okay. Rabute Gilman Musk. That should be the child's name. How funny would it be if he actually okay. Demetrius Titus Musk. Okay. The kid's name should be Milo.
Just a troller.
Milo Musk. Yeah, there'd be nothing she could do about it too. That would be funny. Put this on the fucking birth certificate. Milo Yiannopoulos Musk. Amaro or Amara, Italian for what she is with Milo. Bitter. Oh, is that what that means? Bitter. The baby's a boy, I believe. Pretty sure that's what you said. Hey Rollo, I ruminate a lot in fear of my past happening again. Do you have a take on overcoming this? I would have to know what your past is. Like, what is your past? Oh, how do I get over my past? Did you kill somebody? Are you a drug addict? Did you jerk off too much? I don't know. You would have to tell me what your past is for me to even start to give you an analysis of that. Which, by the way, I'm taking counseling again if you guys are interested. Who is Elon Musk going to breed with next? Brett Cooper. No. Tiffany Fong. Tiffany Fong will be the next breeding host. Like I said, larval stage. He will infect her with his spore. Like a tyrannid, man. Get under the skin. Elon proved billions is the best game. Elon proved that you don't have to in any way look good to reproduce. Wealth enforces will. That's really what it's about. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. Shit. Hang on one second. There we go.
Keep switching out.
Pulling out.
Here, let me go on
It's
the
the
other side.
pull-out method here. So I looked at my power on the laptop. And I'm like, why is it at half power? Yeah. Okay, now we're good. Now, Elon proves that wealth enforces will. And that's not something I pulled out of my ass. I forget. Oh, I wanted to make this comparison. You guys remember? Do you remember Warren Buffett once said, well, of course you do, because I think your brother said this a couple times. Warren Buffett once said that when the tide rolls out, you'll know who's been swimming without any swimming trunks on. That's not just for the economy. That's for social issues as well. Is red pill deemed a mind virus? Toxic masculinity? I know some. I don't know. What is a mind virus? Is it a meme? Because I'm pretty well versed in memetics. I guess you could say some parts of like the red pill would be memetics. I think what you're trying to allude to is Dr. Gad Saad, the parasitic mind. You can make a case for anything. That's one of the reasons why I kind of thought, the parasitic mind. Yeah, well, if you agree with the meme, then it's not a parasite. Then it's something good for the host, right? But if you don't, and it's ideologically abhorrent to you, then it's a parasite. Then it's a mind pathogen. And I'm like, well, who gets to decide what's a pathogen and what's not? It's all about memetics. MEMETICS. Yeah. I'm fascinated by memetics, by the way. I became exposed to that, the idea that memes evolve. And I don't mean memes like, happy cat videos and shit like that. I mean like thoughts, beliefs, religions, even just like, what was it? A meme could be a jingle from a commercial. It could be a song that's like an earworm. It could be a common saying. It could be a quote. It could be something from Shakespeare. It could be anything that's like an idea that sticks. And so it can be anything from as complex as a religion to something as like, happy wife, happy life. That's a meme. Will the intellectual manosphere, Destiny, Baldoni, Williamson, Macklemore, I'm going to pop some tags. I got $20 in my pocket. Get exposed when Chat GPT AI proves them wrong and agrees with the red pill. It's funny. Somebody brought that up. I think it might have been, I think about it was MLD who brought that up on the show. He was talking about AI. And this is actually, I was surprised he brought it up because me and Mike Sartain have talked about this before. Are we going to get to the point where we're going to have something as reliable, like Mike's really into Perplexity right now. I even have Perplexity on this laptop, where if you need information like almost instantaneously, you just go to Perplexity, type in just the simplest, query, and then it gives you basically all of the most reliable information and answer that you can get, right? Which is essentially what Destiny was doing and Destiny's girlfriends were doing on all these fucking shows, right? Is they had, I think it was it Dime Store Me? I'm sorry, was Timu Mia Khalifa, Farah when she was on the show with me and Mike that one time. She's just basically being fed answers through. She doesn't know debate tactics well enough to like keep up with us. But she's being fed answers during that show on her phone from Destiny and his team and DGG or whoever else was feeding her info, right? And it was almost like she had this like AI, like a Perplexity that was sort of giving her this stuff that she was supposed to read and she was supposed to like commit to memory, I guess. I don't know. It's funny to think about this now because now that I know what the whole story is between him and Pixie and Mia Khalifa and Jasmine Jafar and the rest of these. It's funny, Jasmine Jafar, and then you've got Farah, the Persian sisterhood there. But I think what's going to happen is debate is going to devolve into who can type in the query faster. That's probably what's going to happen. Do women use betas for 50% alimony child support? Yes and no. Mostly yes, though. Do they use betas for that? Depends. Like I was joking about how on earth would Ashley St. Clair even consider. Did I get you? Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, can you want to copy and paste that? I was going to get that. I was going to get to that towards the end of the show, but that's fine. We can talk about it now. So, anyways, when I was talking about how ludicrous an idea it would be for Ashley St. Clair to consider like aborting Elon Musk's child, in no alternate reality does that happen. It will never happen in any world possible, because the resource commitment right there is just too great. I mean, look, for crying out loud. Like this is Elon Musk's supply chain right here. Okay. Like every person in this, besides Elon Musk, every person in this diagram right here is financially dependent. And I mean like really financially dependent on Elon Musk, which is no problem to the richest bloody guy in the world. Okay. But what you're asking is this is and I've answered this on a few occasions, is people say, well, if a woman gets pregnant, what does she do? Does she keep the baby? Does she not keep the baby? Well, there are statistical facts that predispose a woman one way or the other. So if a woman is poor and destitute and she has no other options and she fucked bad boy drummer guy, the odds are she's probably going to have an abortion. 98% of all abortions are elective. Elective. Oh, what about rape? Elective. It's a fraction of 1% where abortion takes place after sexual assault. Fraction of 1%. What's the other? What about if the mother's life is threatened? That's like 1%, 2%, where it's medically absolutely deemed absolutely necessary to abort the child, or the mom's going to die. Okay, you got 1%. What's the rest? Elective. So there has to be statistics that go along with that. What makes her more likely to abort the child? Well, probably because the guy doesn't have any prospects. She herself has higher prospects. Also, there's demographics. Like women who are earlier in life are more like if they're in their 20s, if they're in their hoe phase, odds are they're probably not going to keep the child. I'm not saying that some don't, some possibly do. There's also the idea, and this is again coming back to the epiphany phase, where that woman retroactively cuckolds her future husband, meaning that she has the baby with the hot guy in the foam cannon party, takes over that baby knowing that guy is not going to be able to financially support that child. So what does she do? She starts looking for a guy with benefits when she gets to be 28, 29, whatever however long it takes to find the right guy to become the stepdad. Not the dad not the stepdad, the dad who stepped up. Because it's your responsibility, Mr. Christian, to feed the starving bastard children. We used to have names for them. They were bastards. They're fatherless children. That used to be a stigma. It used to be a huge stigma. Now it's a point of pride. Now it's the Lord has forgiven her. So, and again, I'm not making a judgment call here. If you adopted, if you're a stepdad, I mean, we can talk about your particulars of whatever it is, but the outcome is the same. You are assuming the parental investment responsibilities of another man's child who is a resource drag on any future children you have. That guy has hit the evolutionary fucking jackpot. All he had to do is nail your wife. She has the kid, makes you believe that it is your responsibility your moral imperative to take care of his child, and he's on to the next. It's fucking genius, man. It's a jackpot. Fuck yeah. All right. I'm going to go bang some more chicks and I'm going to be Elon Musk and have 13 kids. I mean, really, when you think about it, is that not the dynamic that's going on? I mean, he is paying for them, right? But is that not the same dynamic that's going? Imagine you met Justine Wilson and she's like, hey, you're a really great guy. I realize I'm a single mom of 6. But their dad is Elon Musk. Do you want to get married? Grimes. Well, yeah, I've got 3 kids with Elon Musk, but I'm a singer and I'm still kind of hot. Do you want to marry me? Siobhan Zeus? Do you want to marry any Ashley St. Clair? Do you want to marry Ashley St. Clair? Because I'll tell you right now, Elon Musk ain't gonna marry. That is not going to happen. Okay. Ashley St. Clair is just the next one. And Ashley St. Clair has now made you a cuckold if you wife her up. Because guess who fucking fucked her? Guess who got there before you did? Elon Musk. You want to follow that act? You get sloppy seconds, man, from the grub. Yeah. No, probably not. So, but essentially what that is it's retroactive cuckoldry. And the effect is the same. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good. You can morally justify it however you'd like to, but the effect's still the same. If the old Howard Stern had Nala, Eva Lovia, and Ashley on his show, he straight up asks the uncomfortable questions like, do you like a girl on girl or British Broadcasting Corporation? Yeah. With DJT back, I think DJT?
Donald J. Trump.
Oh, Donald J. Trump. Okay, Trump. Just say Trump. I think men will earn more than women because they're better at most jobs. That's why women hate DJT. Yeah, good luck with that theory. Men aren't going to go. You got to remember that because of the disparity between the global sexual marketplace and the local sexual marketplace, even if guys are working more, they still don't have the status of the guys that women believe that they're deserving in the global sexual marketplace. Are women a depreciating asset? Yes. Well, yes and no. Are they depreciating? Yes. Women's sexual capital, women's agency is perishable. That means it decays over time. I'm going to quote Robert Kiyosaki here real quickly. There are liabilities and there are assets. Okay. So that's why I said, are women a depreciating asset? The reason I said no is because sometimes women are depreciating liabilities too. So bear in mind that there are liabilities and there are assets. Don't marry a liability. Mackin' fucking Murphy. That's what it's about. Myron wasn't saying, oh, men don't want to wife up 30-year-olds. No, what he's saying is, don't marry a liability. My wife is an asset. And I love her and I have great sex with her. We have a great relationship. As I said, I'm the last fucking real trad, right? Which was a joke. It was sarcasm. I'm sorry I have to explain this to you guys. But I do, because you're all autistic. No, there is such a thing as a depreciating liability, too. Oh, Rolo, did you see the interview of Russell Brand? Oh, jeez. Yes, I did, with Lily Phillips. And the 100-man girl. That's Lily Phillips, by the way. Use her proper name. Ashley is not Ashley, it's Smashley. Where he says, I'm paraphrasing, yeah, you are special and you are sacred and you are made in the image of God. Yes, and I also remember, I'm paraphrasing as well. He was like, if I was the old Russell Brand, I would want to fuck you. Yeah, I love it. The thing that gets me is like when guys have this sort of religious epiphany, like they're like a dry drunk, right? They're like, well, if I was my old self, I'd want to nail you right here, and I wouldn't care if it was 100 or 1,000 or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But you're sacred and loved, and Jesus is your best friend. Jesus loves you so much. And therefore, because I'm a man of God, you're a dry drunk. It's not alcohol, it's your religion. You're a dry drunk is what you are. Okay, I saw that. Hey, there we go. Now we're talking. Thanks for all you do. Heard on one of Andrew Wilson's streams that he plans on dialing back his whatever appearances. Oh, that's bad news for Brian. Although he kind of has to. And I'll tell you why. Can I get that? Yes, you can.
That's nasty. It is nasty, right? Isn't it nasty? Oh,
that's Jedediah Bila, by the way. She is the Joan Rivers of the Red Pill, and she knows I love her. That's why I gave her that title way back in the day. Andrew Wilson has to dial back his appearances on whatever podcast because Brian just made the announcement that he's only going to do one show per week now, which I think is at 5:00, which I got to get going. He's decided that it's logistically next to impossible for him to get the girls there. Well, that might have something to do with the fact that you expect them to be there anywhere between 8 to 10 fucking hours, Brian. Like, try not to make it like instead of like 1 or 2 or 3, God knows what, 12-hour podcasts, might dial it back to 2. You used to do it that way. Like when I was on, I think we were tops was 4 hours. Like let me stop lying. I'll go for 3 hours, but like I'm 9-hour podcast. Go to whatever after this show. Go to whatever podcast. Click on videos or click on live, right? And then look at all of the podcasts from the last 6 months. Okay. Or you just scroll through them. You have to watch every one of them. But just look at the timestamps on each of the ones since July, right? Look at all the timestamps of all those shows. They go from like 5 hours, 6 hours, 7.5, 6 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours. There are some 10-hour shows on that show. Like, I understand you want to like milk super chats for as much as you possibly can. If that's your revenue format, that's fine. And by the way, I also want to point out that not on the DHS watch list, whatever podcast. Yeah. I showed that video of Ashley St. Clair talking shit about like whatever podcast. And Brian's right. She's a shit talker, but she is kind of in a way, she sort of brought up something here. It's like, well, how come whatever podcast hasn't been censored? Yeah, I would like to know too, quite honestly. I would like to know just exactly why there's no DHS watch list representation of whatever podcast on there. And by the way, it's not me bringing this up. It was CGA who brought this up, and he made me think about it too. And I was like, yeah, he's kind of right. And even Smashley was right back in the day. She said, how come there's no censorship on these guys? It's like, yeah, well, there's censorship on me, Cappy, MTR, Fresh and Fit, Pearl, Sandman of all people, and God knows whoever else. Rich Cooper is on that list as well. They got all of us, but it's like conveniently, like noticeably, conspicuously absent. Whatever podcast doing 10-hour shows to the tune of 4.5 million subs, and I realized that most of those were before he became whatever. I'm still wondering why he kind of slipped below, like a show of that immensity slipped below the radar. You connect the dots. Crypto Mindset is now open. Goddamn right. Yes. Okay. Thank you. That is Miguel making an appearance. I'm hoping I can get Miguel. Sorry, I'm not flexing. I'm just stretching. So we're at the 2:23 mark. Crypto Mindset. The registration is now open. Do you have my?
Yeah, I have the link. Sent it to you.
Put the link. Oh, I got it right here. There we go. Awesome. Oh, you know what? I'll just put it up in the chat. You guys, and by the way, I suggest you do very much. I highly recommend you get in on this now, because I think they're holding it open till Wednesday.
Not sure exactly, but I'll find out.
Yeah. Anyways, here you go. I just put the link in the chat right there for Cultivate Crypto. That is Charlie, who are my co-conspirators in Red One Studios. So So, but anyways, that's my link. So I get a feel. I will, as I said, I'm 100% transparent on the Rational Mail. I do get kickbacks, so please kick me back. If you are interested in learning the ins and outs of crypto, especially now with meme coins and everything that's going on, we're in for a bull market. We've been in it already. We're in a bull market right now. And now's the time. If there was ever a time to take this class, I would say now is probably the time to do it. And I don't think I've ever said that on this show or any other one. But if there's ever a time to get in on crypto mindset, this is the time to do it. Is a Q1? Yeah, quarter one of 2025. Do it now. Get in on the class. I like to audit the class. The only people who I like really work with or I trust in the crypto sphere, there's 4 people. Okay, there's BitBoy, there's Miguel, there's Charlie, and there is Trader SC. Those are my 4 guys for crypto, right? And preeminent amongst all of them is Miguel, because Miguel is one of my best friends. So Miguel actually is the one who got me into he got me out of being a hobby trader into let's do this for fucking real. And then Trader SZ is he is my inside crypto god. So between Miguel and Trader SZ, those guys are great. And Trader SZ has his own was a Telegram group, but Charlie and Miguel do this intensive stuff that is specific to what's going on right here, right now. And since we are in the yes, I use BitBoy as my lead in today. But now's the time to do it. I will probably have Miguel in here, or I will do a dedicated show, as I always do, whenever they do the classes. So, but I'm giving it to you early this time, because usually I'll do a show and then the day after is when it closes. So I told Miguel, I said, you got to give me the link early. I'm going to make the announcement on my show, and give me the link so that I can get on. And I will put it in the description. So if you're watching this after the show is over, I'm going to put it in one of the first 3 links. So do check that out. And if you've done it before, do it again, man. I mean, this is it pays for itself. That's what the beauty of their classes. They do a lot of fucking work, and you have to remember that they have to do a lot of work because every quarter is different. So they have to stay on top of their game. They have to know what's going on. They have to keep their finger on the pulse. And by pulse, I meant pulse. And they've always been, they're the most reliable, most consistent classes in the crypto sphere. So do check that out. As I said, I put here, you know what? I'll do it one more time.
And they're very transparent, coin agnostic. They're not going to just push one ecosystem into you.
Exactly.
It's whatever you want to get in.
Yeah, exactly. And if there is ever a class that would pay for itself or more, why wouldn't you? So do check that out. Rollo Schilling. Yeah, I am fucking Schilling. You got me, man. It's funny. I had and I will probably do this. I had Sterling Cooper hit me up recently. He says, "Hey man, can I get an ad read on your show?" I go, "My show or Access Vegas?" He goes, "Well, Access Vegas." And I go, "Yeah, sure. What is it about?" And he goes, "Oh, it's my supplements." I'm like, "Oh, okay." He sends me the link. It's all like erection supplements, last longer supplements. It's Sterling, right? And I'm like, yeah, we'll read that. It's Access Vegas. Of course we'll read that. And so, and you know what? I haven't talked to Mike about it, so I don't know exactly what he wants to charge, but I know what I want to charge, $600. That's all. Because I need to pay for Travis, pay for the show, and you can have whatever ad read you want, my friend. Yeah. But do check that out. Crypto Mindset is now open. Forgot to ask my prior super chat, when are you going to have Aaron Clary on again? As I said, Aaron and I are doing a special in-depth report on the DHS, on Averting Hate, NGO, and all the shit that's been going on, because we're, as far as I can tell, I'm still on that list. You know how many subs I've had in the last 28 days?
How many? 17. Wow.
Sounds like natural growth to me. Yeah. And the same thing has happened to Rich Cooper. Same thing is still happening to Aaron Clarey, which is kind of like Aaron Clarey's got a new book coming out too. And I think in that book, he was also mentioning something about the DHS and the censorship shit that's still going on. DJT. So I don't know when I had some hope when they were talking about like disbanding USAID and all that shit that was going on. I thought, well, maybe that'll take down this bullshit. No, Ashley saying Smashly, YouTube is still censoring us. They're still, we are artificially represented in the algorithm right now. I made, like I said, in 28 days, I have plus 17 subscriptions. That's not natural growth. Prior to all this, I was looking at thousands per month. Now I'm down to single digits or to double digits. No. So it's been that way for a while, and it will probably continue to be that way until somebody steps up and like kicks these motherfuckers in the teeth. Can we deduce that any religious fervor exhibited by women is contrived and false? No, I don't necessarily believe that, but I will say this is you have to look for conveniences. Isn't it convenient that she's looking for forgiveness when she's 30 years old and she has 2 single kids in tow and she wants to join the single women's ministry? How convenient. I've been asked this before. People will say, so I'm not going to say yes in this. I'm going to say it depends. Depends on the chick, right? I'm not saying that women can't have like genuine, sincere religious conversions and religious experiences. I believe that they can. In fact, I would say they probably do more than men. But I'm just saying, what I'm saying is I've had people criticize me about the epiphany phase. I guess I should have thrown that in there too, right? I've had people criticize me about the epiphany phase. They'll say, well, Rolo, don't you think that women can sincerely want to convert to whatever religion when they're 30 years old or something like that? I'm like, yes, I can. In fact, I'm not questioning the sincerity. The women that do this, the women who say, you know what? It's time for, like, remember the id versus the ego conversation I was just talking about? Once the ego wins out and they say, okay, well, we got to make these guys jump through these hoops and we got to make sure that they have value added. And if we're going to if the id and the ego are going to sacrifice all the fun times and the excitement of the hot guy in the foam cannon party, the guy who preempts that guy who's never going to be as exciting, he better have a lot of fucking value added to make that woman want to forego the hot guy in the foam cannon part, the alpha male, the guy that she breaks the rules for. That guy better be Elon Musk or some close approximation of Elon Musk. He better have something going for him that offsets her the arousal and the desire to want to fuck the guy that she got with back in Tulum with the guy who is now, being considered for the long haul and long-term security. And one of those things is religion. One of those things, because that's the vehicle, I should say, to affect that compromise. So she feels better about herself because she's got right with God. What does God want her to do? To find the right dude, to find a guy who believes that he owes her a better life, to forgive her of her sins and to accept her 2 kids from 2 previous cuckolds. To accept his position as being a retroactive cuckold, and to believe fervently in not only his blue pill conditioning, but also how his religion incorporates the blue pill into his way of thinking. To not be discerning about stuff like that, to not ask questions, to only think about things in terms of, real men pray. Yeah, okay. But they're also discerning. They also make good judgments. And just because a guy who's religious does not choose you does not mean he is a bad Christian or a bad Muslim or a bad Jew or a bad Hindu or whatever it is. It doesn't mean that. But that's what they would like you to believe, because that's the vehicle. That's the vehicle that gets her from the hot guy in the foam cannon party to the guy who's not as exciting, but I guess we'll get with him anyways because, what else can we do? Mom wants grandkids. So Do I think that it's always contrived and false? No. In fact, the women who are conveniently doing that, they would pass a polygraph test. If you said, do you sincerely believe that you need to get right with God and that, this is now what you're really about, they would pass that polygraph test. They sincerely believe this. It's not contrived to them. I'm just saying, in fact, I'm not even questioning whether it's sincere or it's contrived or any of that. I'm just questioning the timing. And the timing is always right around 30 years old. It's always, or the epiphany phase, 28 to 33, 29 to 33, somewhere in there. I'm questioning the timing, the convenience of it, not the sincerity. They're sincere. They believe, they're honest to fucking God, believe it. I want to get right with God. Now it's time to come back to the faith. Yeah, because how convenient. You have 2 kids in tow. You're done in Tulum. You're done with Brazzers. You're done with Black. You're done with now you want to be a female dating coach, a guru, and tell us how chore play should be. You guys, you owe women all of this great stuff. And no, you know what? Here's the fucking thing. Eva Lovia, the guy who's with you, you should be fucking sucking his dick like you're lost your keys in it. You should be fucking sucking that guy's dick. You should be thanking Jesus and the Lord and Yahweh and Jehovah or Allah or whoever you fucking worship. You should be thanking your fucking lucky stars that this motherfucker took you. That's what you should be doing. It shouldn't be, I need help with the laundry. I need help with babies. I need help with the diapers. I need help with the dishes. No, you should be, as soon as he walks through the door, thank God you're here. I really need to fuck you. That should be your mentality. Because for fuck's sake, considering your past, considering you found a guy who would forgive you of all that and would go buy into your religious thing, whatever that happens, I don't know if it's really religious or whatever, who would buy into that and who will still be cool with you, like popping off about chore play and all this stuff. That shouldn't even be a thought in your fucking head. It's this female dating advice, female guru shit that sounds right. And you know what? It sounded right in 2007. It sounded right in 2015. It sounded right in 2020. It sounds right now. It's the same fucking bullshit reheated from 2000. It was actually 2005, I think, was the first essay or the first time I was presented with chore play. Women make passes at guys who wash glasses. You know where that's from? 2010. I think it was Hannah Rosen or somebody who wrote that. I can give you the fucking names. I was there. Gandalf, 3,000 years ago. Men are weak. Yeah. No, Eva Lovia, you should be thanking whatever gods you fucking worship that guy wants to be with you in the first place. And if you're trying to be a female dating guru, do something like put a new fucking spin on it. Get new material. And you know what that new material should be like? Ladies, if you're coming off of your hoe phase, maybe you got a kid in tow, or maybe you've been an OnlyFans girl. Maybe, like, remember the chick that was on there and the guy found out that she was just crying. She's in tears. She's just like, it's streaming down her face. And she's in the car on TikTok with this, I can't believe, I'll never find love. He found out what I did for work. Sex work? Yeah. Your OnlyFans channel? That's what you do for work? And here's the thing is, you see that chick and she's crying and she's just impassioned. She's like, she wants to tell all of her followers, God knows how many she has on TikTok, right? About how, and of course they think he's a horrible son of a bitch for doing that. You know why they think he's a horrible son of a bitch? Because she should be sinless. No one should be judgmental of her. No guy should ever have any standards, and God forbid he does. And if he does, then he's insecure. Only an insecure man wouldn't accept you for your past and your OnlyFans, right? Well, ladies, if that's the case, and you do find a guy who is like, okay, everybody fucks up. He forgives your past indiscretions, whether that's because he's found Jesus and he's all about forgiveness or whatever. You should be thanking your lucky fucking stars you found that guy, and you should be sucking him off every single day because you found a guy that is just like that. You want to prove to me that the past is the past? Suck his dick. That's what you have to do. That's how it has to work out. Or as soon as he comes through the door, hey babe, I love you so much. I just want to tell you, I appreciate every fucking, like the ground you walk on. I just love every bit of you, right? But not this, I won't have sex with him because he didn't help me with the baby today. Or he didn't wash the dishes today. Or he didn't do the laundry today. Yeah, you sucked dick from the time you were 18 till you were 28 years old and you found a guy who was going to forgive you of that. There better be some appreciation there. There, some respect, some appreciation, some compassion for that guy. Like, well, what do you want for your birthday? Steak and a blowjob? Okay. Where the fuck is the complaining coming from? Where the fuck is this disrespect coming from? If anything, guys should be saying, you know what? Well, I married this slut, but I forgave her of all of that. I think maybe she should be helping me around the house, like changing the oil in the car, mowing the fucking lawn. Imagine a dude like that. Imagine, she had 2 kids in tow. I kind of said, you know what? I still love her. She's a great girl, whatever. But she doesn't help out around the house with me. She won't do any roofing. she doesn't change the oil of the car. She doesn't know any electrical work. She's not really an electrician. That's kind of like one of my needs. Get the fuck out of here. No one would say that. But we got Eva Lovia on Tim Pool going, well, only 6% of women have orgasms. Yeah, because all the orgasms you were going to have were on Brazzers and fucking black. That's why. You're out of orgasms. Only 6% of your sex with the guy that's just boring as fuck and not the guy in Tulum. You're only having 6% orgasms. That's why. Because id and the ego says, well, maybe 6% is okay. Maybe we can get it up to 10. How is this? How am I the only person noticing it? Just so. Anyways, to answer, I'll be the nice way. To answer your question is, I don't think that it's contrived or fake or false. I think they actually believe it. So, and again, it's the timing and the convenience, not the sincerity of the belief. You can believe it. People will believe fucking anything, and they'll pass polygraph tests for it too, right? Where does Elon find the time to seduce 4 women plus run 7 companies worth billions? Do billionaires have to spend quality time, run game, and seduce? No, they don't. In fact, I keep telling you guys this.
They get the fast pass.
When I talk about spinning plates, I'm just saying have multiple congruent opportunities running at the same. Spin more plates, right? Have more irons in the fire. People go, well, Rollo, who has the time to do all that? What if one finds out about the other? Well, if you're Elon Musk, they spin themselves. And it doesn't matter if one finds, they know about the other. Do you think that Amber Heard thought she was the only chick that fucking Elon Musk was fucking? Amber Heard.
He has a girl for every day of the week and leap year.
Do you think that the chick who's dating Leonardo DiCaprio right now doesn't know about his sexual history? Well, I'm 26. Time to leave. It's time to pack my shit. I got your 26th birthday. It's time to pack your shit up and get out of Leo's apartment. Do you think they don't know that? Of course they fucking know that. And you know what? They think they're lucky fucking stars if they get past this 26th birthday with Leo. Oh, thank God. Thank you, Odin, for keeping me in this relationship with this great, great guy whose dick I want to suck there's your clip, every single day. Where's that? Why does it only work one way? I'm serious. Why? Well, don't you know anything wrong? No, I don't. Please tell me, why does it only work one way? No, so easy answer for you is you're Elon Musk. You don't have to find the time, because the women that you're talking about, they find the time because they think because that time is very valuable to them, because it's an investment in their future. Hey, Rollo, what's your take on a woman giving a guy her number when asked without hesitation? What is this, 1996? without hesitation, but only dropping that she's married when she tries to set plans. Okay, so this is a form of a boyfriend disclaimer. Why not say that right away as the chick? Okay. Multiple reasons. It could be you're in the right place at the right time, and then you're not. So if, for instance, she says she'll give you her phone number immediately, like if a woman can, like, I don't know if you know this, but women can figure out when you want to fuck them. It's not hard, like, which is basically all the time. So, this is in a way, this is a form of what we call a boyfriend disclaimer. Although I guess in this case it would be like a husband disclaimer, which is a little more serious than the boyfriend disclaimer. Boyfriend disclaimer is when you're in the conversation with the girl and she drops in, well, my boyfriend and I did this, or she just casually drops in boyfriend into the conversation. That's different than I have a boyfriend, which used to be an old PUA technique. Well, bring him along too. Or we don't, why are we talking about your boyfriend? I don't care about your boy, like whatever. However, you can conversationally sort of dance around it. That's different than a disclaimer. The disclaimer is that you're in a casual conversation and she inserts the fact that she has a boyfriend. Whenever you hear that, it means that she has some hesitation about you. Okay. And it could be a shit test. It could be like, well, who cares, right? I'm still charging forward. Sometimes that could be the case. More often than not, it's meant to sort of like relate that I have a boyfriend. You know this now. If you keep going, it's on you and not on me. It absolves her of responsibility for what she basically wants to do anyways, right? Which in this case is probably what if she gave you the number without hesitation and she's dropping that she's married when you try to set plans, okay? In the moment that you're getting the number, and who gets the fucking number? Like you're getting her Instagram or whatever the fuck it is. And you're getting that number and she's 3 White Claws in, or she's like, 2 tequilas in or whatever it is. Yeah. When she's in a different environment and like, I keep telling you guys this, man, hesitate and thou art lost. Meaning that if you, the only thing in certain cases, sometimes the only thing you can do is not fuck it up. And a lot of guys don't realize that. Like when we're talking about like, what is it? Approach anxiety. Guys, I have approach anxiety. I don't know if I want to. That's why I had the 3-second rule. Like the old Venusian arts and mystery method is like you had to count to 3 and go. And if you don't, and you get to 3, don't do it. But no, you don't get to do it. Count to 3 and go. But I don't know what I'm going to say. You're done. You have to go in. You have to be able to adapt and improvise right then and there and be comfortable with that. And so why is that a technique? Why is that something that you will need to get over? Well, approach anxiety is evolutionary, but the reason why that technique exists is because you will never have another moment just exactly like that. So when she gives you the number without hesitation in that particular moment, that's when you need to consolidate, not say, oh, hey, let's set some plans later on. Because setting plans later on, that's when she says, well, I am married. You know that, right? Because the chick who gave you, it's the same girl, but the chick who gave you the number maybe 10, 12 hours ago, you try to set plans with her later on, she's not the same girl and not in the same space and not in the same environment. That's why hesitate and thou art lost. If you get the go sign, you get the green light right then and there, push, go. Because if she's giving you the go and like, is she married? Yes, she is. I'm not saying like, please go fucking, commit adultery. I'm just saying that if a girl's giving you IOIs, she's showing you interest, don't fuck it up. Go. Always default to action. Always default to game. Always default to action. Enter into action with boldness. And any fucking misstep you take can be covered by more boldness. You will never have that one position in that one at that one time. And Lord knows, man, when I was single, this was something I had to learn really quick because there was no Instagram back in the day, like back in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. Everything was analog. And I learned really quick that the chick that you would meet at the club that night and you get her number and go, hey, you want to go out again later on? That you were talking to a different chick, a very different chick, just 24 hours later, because the alcohol is gone, the situation's gone, the music is gone, her friends are gone, the environment is gone, the timing is gone, everything is done. She either has to really, great thing is if she wants to fuck you after that, she really wants to fuck you, but you're talking to a very different girl right after that. So hesitate and thou art lost. You have to go and hit it right then and there and make the most of it that you possibly can. And if you are already in that position, as I said before, you're like, this is Owen Cook will say, you have to leave her with an emotional impression. So if she's good to go at that moment and you get her phone number without hesitation, keep going. Go. Get to that point where you can't go anymore. Leave her with an emotional impression and then bug out. Like fucking strike like thunder and leave like lightning, right? That's what you have to do. Leave her wanting more. If you have to leave her wanting more. But do remember this, the girl that you talk to at the club will not be the girl you talk to 24 hours later, because all of the things that made her that chick are no longer present in that moment. In fact, if anything, try to recreate that moment. Say, hey, it was great to see you at the club a week ago. Do you want to go to that same club tonight? Oh yeah, I love it. My friends love it too. Okay, fuck. Then now you're trying to recreate that again, but at least you're putting her back into similar situations, similar environment. If you met the girl in the club, and then like 24 hours later, 2 days later, you're like, hey, you want to go get coffee at Starbucks? Just fucking find another plate. Spin more plates, my friend. See, what you're worried about right now is a moral issue. Why not just say that right away as she's as the chick? As the chick. You even noticed this. She's a different chick, right? Oh, wait. Are you a married chick or are you single chick? Okay. Is married chick in there? Or is single chick in there? I want to talk to single chick. Can I talk to single chick? Is that who I'm talking with right now? Yes, it's almost bipolar. You are correct. Oh man. Okay. Let's bug out of here. Cultivate Crypto. Don't forget, I'm going to put it in the super chat. If you want to get a super chat in, now's your time to ask a question. I think I covered adequately Ashley St. Clair. Thanks, Kylo Tren. You beat me to it. There we go. I will actually put it in the description here. Just a moment. Who else was I gonna smash today? Ashley St. Clair. Oh, does anybody know who this dude is? Because I think this was Ashley's boyfriend at one time. I have to confirm this. I don't know if it is or it isn't. Where'd it go? This guy. ALX. Anybody know who this dude is? There's a lot of pictures of her with she went to the inauguration with this dude. He's an American supremacist, in case you didn't know, and closing in on 1 million followers. Myron follows him. Anyways, I'm fairly certain this dude is pretty intimately connected to Ashley, and I thought it was Smashly. I thought it was funny that you got Elon Musk. Hey, this is his pinned tweet. In retrospect, it was inevitable. Let that sink in. Is that the boyfriend or the guy she has a kid with? I'm not really sure because I've seen pictures of him with her, like in cocktail dresses. It seemed like they were dating. I'm not sure. I wanted to verify before I started popping off about it. So, there you go. I don't know if that's the dude. Maybe it is. Oh God. I would be remiss if I didn't show you guys this shit. Ashley St. Clair, this was the New York Post. Conservative influencer who claims to have given birth to Elon Musk's 13th child revealed to the Post that how she was driven to lead a life of secrecy after the whirlwind romance with the billionaire ex-owner. Yeah, I guess not too secret if she's with the New York Post, right? In an exclusive sit down with her from her glitzy Manhattan pad Saturday. So I guess that confirms the $40,000 a month Manhattan pad. St. Clair, 26, I'm reading it from here, described the 53-year-old Tesla SpaceX mogul as funny and down to earth, but claimed that he wanted to keep their baby a secret for everyone's safety. Sure you did. St. Clair asked to keep her son's name a secret. We already know it's Rabute Gilliman Musk. Okay. But revealed he is happy and healthy. My child is the most perfect thing that has ever happened to me. Which one, Ashley? I wouldn't change a thing, gushed St. Clair, 26. They keep saying she's 26. St. Clair broke the internet on Friday when she posted on X that she gave birth to Musk's baby 5 months ago. So that would be September, right?
Yeah.
October, September, somewhere in there. I was trying to find pictures of her back then, and she was like shooting wild hogs from a helicopter with like a semi-automatic or an automatic gun with Jack Posobiec. And she did not look too pregnant at that time. So I don't know. St. Clair broke the internet. Okay. Must be 5 months ago. A revelation, she said, was forced to make due to prying tabloid reporters. Like the New York Post. St. Clair. Oh, Musk has not acknowledged the allegations. Well, he kind of did. He said, whoa. And his reps did not respond to multiple requests by the for comment by the Post, meaning that it's true. If it weren't, they would be like refuting the fuck out of this by now. He has made numerous unrelated posts on X since his alleged lover made the announcement. However, Ashley and Elon sounds like fucking science fiction, have been privately working towards the creation of an agreement about raising their child for some time. It is disappointing that the tabloid reporter who reportedly ambushed Ashley and her family she's not being ambushed, made it impossible to complete that process confidentially. Her representative, Brian Glicklich, there's a D&D name, said in a statement on Saturday, "We are waiting for Elon to publicly acknowledge his parental role with Ashley to end unwarranted speculation, and Ashley trusts that Elon intends to finish their agreement quickly in the best interests of the well-being and the security of the child that they share." Platform, which Musk bought for $44 billion in 2022, is where the first two cross paths in May of 2023. Oh, in May. Well, anyone recall what the month was when she went on with trigonometry? June of 2023. Which would show you should tell you why she was so enamored with him in that trailer. Musk was very funny. He was smart. He was down to earth. It started with X interactions, and then he slid into my DMs. I think it was a meme. Oh, well, let's not forget that ALX said it was inevitable. At the time, I didn't particularly have much interest in Elon other than his acquisition of Twitter. Bitch. Bitch, please. She first became aware of the billionaire thanks to her gay best friend, who frequently asked her to watch videos of Musk's SpaceX rocket launches. And at one point he said, "Are you ever in San Francisco or Austin?" No, but I will be. And I said, "I'm in Austin and Texas, a good amount for work." Austin and Texas. St. Clair continued adding that she worked for the Babylon Bee, a conservative satirical website. We know that. Oh wow, there is a picture of her like showing a baby belly here. After Musk restored the Babylon Bee to Twitter from an 8-month suspension for a joke about transgender Biden administration official, Bee CEO Dylan asked St. Clair to fly to San Francisco to interview the billionaire at his new company's headquarters. Okay, that's fine. All right. So this is the rest of their just And we don't need to get into the he said, she said shit. Where is this? Are they going to talk about Milo Yiannopoulos? Who knows? Who cares? Anyways, there you go. There you have it. That's the breakdown. That's the sordid history of these two. Who should Elon knock up next? Laura Loomer, Brittany Venti, Ann Coulter. I'm a girl. Just let me see. That was Ryan. Laura Loomer, Brittany Venti. Well, that would be a switch up, wouldn't it? That would be quite the switch, my friend. Jesus, I should have had Ryan on today too. How can we resist? There is God, this is too good. I can't resist. Let's see. Share the screen. Here we go. Our two favorite ladies, guys. Look, it's the bimbo revolution. Ashley St. Clair and Russian influence money taker Lauren Southern. By the way, Lauren Southern, who does most definitely have had a relationship of a sexual nature with Destiny, still wondering if there's going to be leaks of their love making at some point. Ashley St. Clair, who claims to must 13 child. Okay, so that was for that. By the way, I showed you guys this in the very beginning. This was the video of her doing the ultra right beer commercial. That was Ashley. Smashly. I'm sorry, I have to use the proper terminology. Oh, Allie Beth Stuckey. Now, here's the one I wanted to get to before we bug out of here. If a friend told me, okay, let's just get her on here. If a friend told me she's pregnant out of wedlock, particularly with a guy she barely knows, my response would be, wow, thank you for telling me. I'll be with you every step of the way. Want to meet up so we can talk? Saying congratulations in that scenario just doesn't seem right in light of what I believe about marriage and family. Okay, well, the reason why I drew attention to this one here is because Allie Beth Stuckey is saying the silent part out loud. And this is what I kind of want to leave you guys with for the rest for this show, okay? The sisterhood uber alles does not care if you're conservative or you're leftist or you're degenerate or your hair is purple or your hair is normal color or whatever. It doesn't care. The sisterhood is the sisterhood. The sisterhood uber alles, okay? Allie Beth Stuckey does not care. As long as St. Clair, as long as Smashly is having the baby, which she already is, clearly, as long as she's having the baby, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if anyone got cuckolded. It doesn't matter if the guy who comes along, and granted, we're dealing with a special situation here with Elon Musk. It does not matter. For all this concern about like abortion, for all this concern about, rights of the unborn, for all this concern about, the fate of the baby, or that one guy who was talking about like, oh, I'm so glad that she had the child. Of course she had the child. He's the richest motherfucker in the world. Of course she had the child. The same thing applies to Allie Beth Stuckey here. Allie Beth and the TRADFem, confederation don't care. They don't care about their belief is men owe women a better life. It doesn't matter whether you came after the baby was born or before the baby was born. It doesn't matter. And they are no better than any leftist feminist chick that's out there right now. Maybe they want to abort the child. Maybe they don't want to. Maybe that's not on the table. But you know what both feminists and trad femmes believe, both together, is that it's men's responsibility and it's men's fault. It doesn't make any difference how they dice that up or how they're going to moralize that or how they're going to justify that. It doesn't. Cuckoldry doesn't matter. Who the father is doesn't matter. It makes no fucking difference. All they fucking care about is the baby going to be born? Okay, fine. Then everything comes back down to logistics. The only thing they care about, the only thing traditional TRADWIFEs, whatever it is, porn stars are now the new TRADWIFEs. Congratulations. This is the future that feminism gave to you conservative ladies. It doesn't matter. Oh, she's out of wedlock? Oh, well, I'm not going to congratulate her. Oh, good. But I will give her every bit of support I possibly can. Why? Because she's having the baby. It's just like hypergamy. Hypergamy doesn't care how the babies are born. It cares that the babies are born. That's all that matters. So whether or not you get cuckolded, whether or not you're the dad who stepped up, whether or not you came before or after the child, the man makes no fucking difference. All you're there is to do is be a fucking sperm donor. That's all that's the only difference in the world. That's why when I say, if you're coming home from work and you're married to suddenly, I don't know why you would do this, but you got married to Riley Reid or you got married to fucking Eva Lovia or whatever, those women should be thanking their lucky fucking stars that they got with you. They should say, you know what? Dinner's ready, honey. Here you go. You know what? You want a blowjob right now? Because I'm ready to go. I'm so fucking hot for you. Like, that should be the attitude, but it's not. You know why it's not the attitude? Because we live in a gynocentric social order. We live in a time where the female experience is the preeminent one that defines the experience of the whole. So what is good for women should be good for men. And you know what's good for women? Doesn't make any difference for men. That's why I keep saying the conservative mindset right now, whenever somebody like Michael Knowles or fucking Ben Shapiro or the rest of these guys, or I don't care who it is, Nick Fritos, any of these guys who keep saying, well, men need to be men and they need to step up and take responsibility. And you got Jordan Peterson saying pretty much the same thing, which I'm wondering how he's going to get out of this one with Elon Musk. When you got these guys who are like I like what Tate has to say, not about his sex trafficking or any of that other shit, but I think men need to be on top of their game. They need to get to the gym. They need to make more money. They need to be more ambitious and more driven and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Not because they want men to be better men. They want better men to be better for women, because it is the female experience of life that defines the whole. It didn't used to be like that. Prior to the sexual revolution, it was a much different social game. And I know it's almost impossible for people to consider this, because for going on 5 generations now, we have prioritized women's needs and women's experiences and women's life plan well above men's. So that's why women get really pissed off, and male allies get really pissed off when I say you don't owe women a better life, in one tweet, in one sentence. And that shit goes viral. And I make $56 on it. Thanks, Elon. I can post multiple viral videos. This is fact, by the way, because I looked this up. I can post multiple viral videos or viral tweets on X, Twix, whatever the fuck it is. I can post, and I think the most amount of money I've ever made off of Twitter is $57. Maybe we can go we have a good time at Taco Bell, but once a month, right? And I have such high engagement, such the interactions are great, everything else. Then I go and I look at Ashley St. Clair has posted several times about how much money she's making off of X, and she's got $17,000. How does this algorithm work? I guess you have to be, here's how it works. You have to be fucking Elon. That's how it works. You want to know how you get 17? You know how you get that kind of money? You fuck Elon. It's not enough that he's fronting her $40,000 a month for the Manhattan, penthouse. She still gets $17,500 some odd dollars for her tweets on X. So you get the maximum amount. That's fine. What about the algorithm? Doesn't matter. Who cares? Yeah. But anyways, I was going to say that's the mentality of this. That's how you get Allie Beth Stuckey saying, hey, I'll support you no matter what. What about the dude? Right? What about the guy? Oh, this is, by the way, I knew this was coming as well. If men were better, then women would be better too. If men could keep their dicks in their pockets, then you wouldn't have to worry about this. It's always your fault. And it always will be. And I'm going to tell you this right now, and I'll leave you with this, is that if you ever want to destroy your faith in humanity, just stick around long enough to watch this shit happen. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. Here's my prediction for you guys right now. My prediction is that this is going to blow over. Nobody's going to fucking care about it. And the same people who are going to moralize and pontificate and get all in their pious high horses about the red pill this and the red pill that. I've already heard it from Ashley St. Clair for over a year, right? And by the way, she was also the one chick who said on November 5th, hey, red pill guys, we really need you to get out there and get to the polls. Fuck you. I'm going to go vote for who I'm going to vote for, but don't give me this fucking righteous bullshit about how it's going to be our fault if fucking Trump doesn't get in office after you've been bad-mouthing. Now you want our help. Now you want the fucking now the red pill's okay in your book. Fuck you. And then I'm going to say the same thing, is that once this shit blows over and people are pontificating once again, and they're telling you how the red pill is ruining young men and how they're creating terrorists out of incels and how we're going to do more research and we need more DHS oversight and we need more fucking censorship from Diverting Hate and all these other NGOs. These are the people who are behind this shit. They're behind this shit. They're the ones who are either going to do something or they're not going to do something about it. And I'm going to bring this up once again. I'm going to bring this up in when I'm doing my special editions with Cappy. When Andrew, or excuse me, when Aaron Clary and I are doing our thing on Diverting Hate, I will bring this up again. This is not just the left. This is also people who are ostensibly on the fucking right. You got to remember that Ashley St. Clair, when she was on Trigonometry, she came hot on the heels of fucking Dr. Sidney Watson, who was saying exactly the same fucking thing. You know how I know? Because I did a show on her too when that happened. Where's my 5 minutes Trigonometry? So I can call you guys. They're scared shitless of us. And I brought this up once again with Myron Gaines and the rest of the guys when we were doing our panel show on Valentine's Day. I said this. This is why we have to stay on point. This is why we have to stay true to the fucking message, right? But the thing is these guys are scared of us. Mac and Murphy is scared of us. Alex from Dateside is scared of us. But Will Costello, scared of us. St. Clair, Smashley St. Clair, I gave her the opportunity to come and debate in good faith. Scared of us. Trigonometry, scared shitless. They are fucking pussies. Chris Williamson, scared of us. Scared of the red pill, scared of the manosphere, because they're scared that we'll go in there and we'll tell the truth and we'll fucking be transparent and we'll fucking expose them for what the fuck they are. And that's the way this is going to go down. You're not going to see us on those shows. You're only going to get it here. You're only going to get it on Fresh and Fit. You're only going to get it on those respective channels. That's where you're going to hear the truth. That's where you're going to hear the real feedback. That's where the fucking donuts are going to get made, right? That's where the real work goes down. Not on these bullshit shows, not on these fucking schmaltzy, gloss over bullshit shows. Here's where you're going to get it in pod classes like The Rational Male, pod classes like whatever Myron decides that he's going to do. When we go and we have that panel show, you're goddamn right. I'm going to be as real as I fucking can. Because that's the only language that these motherfuckers speak. That's the only thing that works with them. Call them cowards. They don't care. They're not here for the message. They're here for the clicks. They're here for the clout. They're here for, it's just business, brah. That's what they're there for. Fuck that. They're scared of what we would say. That's why Trigonometry don't want to give us a call. That's why I don't get the call from Pierce Morgan. That's why I don't get the call from Brian from whatever podcast. That's why I don't get the fucking calls from any of these guys anymore. Everybody doesn't want to talk to me. You know why? Not because I'm an asshat or I'm a firebrand or anything like that. They're afraid that I'm going to say the fucking truth. And that's going to look really bad on what they've been doing for the last, 4 or 5 years now. Same thing with fucking Ashley St. Clair. Same thing with fucking Sydney Watson. I know Sydney. I was on the fucking show with her. 2021, December of 2021, I was on You Are Here with him. Twice I was on that show. Elijah Schaefer, who I like a lot, on his show as well. On what was it? Slightly Offensive. You're never gonna hear Sydney Watson admit to that. I have a picture of all of us after the show sitting down on the stage with like me and Araceli and Elijah's there, and the rest of these guys are all there. I have pictures of us. I can prove it. I've got the fucking receipts. You're never going to see this happen. So it needs to happen here. I'm only going to get 17 fucking subscribers this month. You know why? Because they're fucking scared shitless. That's why I'm still on the list. That's why I'm still being ratioed. That's why I'm still shadow banned. That's why I'm still fucking being having my traffic diverted to Justin Baldoni. That dude. Yeah. I have been vindicated from Justin Baldoni, from Destiny, from Lawrence Southern, from who else? Name it. Certainly Smashly. By all these people. Crickets. Nothing. So until they're willing to recognize that, they can go fuck off. Until you're willing to come here and do a fucking debate or discussion, whatever the fuck, I don't care what you want to call it, live at this nice little wood table here that we built. Until you want to come to this table, you got nothing to say. And you're scared shitless. So there you go. That's my message to you guys today. We got 3 more super chats and we're out. On a happy note, your boy Hafiz was making a great comeback going solo on his channel. So far, he couldn't get the views over 1,000. Well, that is Hafiz. Hafiz can't say Rollo Tomasi without like having a kernel panic. But that's always been the case. The emperor provides, yes, and protects. The society is too atheistic to be guided by any moral agency. The TradFem dream is just a joke. Now, you know who Allie Beth Stuckey worships? Not Jesus. She worships the cooch, the vag. We need a vag goddess. She worships the goddess. That's what all these chicks worship. They don't worship. It's not about Christianity. Their moral compass is in their vaginas. Pretty much. There you go. Thank you. Don't forget, Cultivate Crypto is open right now. I will put the link. Actually, do I have the link again? Let's put that in one more time for good measure. There you go. Do check that out. That's my link. I am shilling. Yes, I am shamelessly shilling right now on my show. Yes, I am shamelessly shilling on the Rational Mail that I happen to own. And at least he's honest. So do check that out. And now's the time to the Vag Goddess. Yes, Virgin Mary is the Vag Goddess. Okay, I don't think so. I think the goddess is the Venus of Willendorf. Yeah. So, anyways, I hope some people I hope people get that. I hope people make clips of that last 5 minutes. Please do. You have my permission to make as many clips as you want of the last 5-10 minutes of this show, because people need to fucking hear this. Even people in my own groups, even people in my own circles need to hear this. Like I just lost so much fucking faith in humanity. I really am. It's like, why even bother? Because people are too stupid. They're just stupid. They're gonna believe this no matter what. Oh, Rollo, you don't know what you're talking about, man. My religion says this. It's really the red pill. It's like, I don't fucking care, man. Like, the proof is in the behavior. The proof is in the motivation. The proof is in what happened and what went down. He's having a baby out of wedlock. Well, it doesn't matter if a woman has a baby out of wedlock. What? Oh, well, can I get a DNA test to see if it's my kid? No. Why would you want to do that? You're an insecure in your masculinity so much that you wouldn't. Okay, well, can I get a prenuptial agreement? No, you can't have a prenuptial agreement. Don't you love her? Are you insecure in your masculinity? So let's see. I can't get a prenup. I can't get a DNA test. And it should be okay that if the baby's somebody else's, that I should be paying for it? Yes, that's your masculine responsibility. Jesus said so. I wonder why marriage rates are at 6.1 per 1,000 now. It's a fucking Scooby-Doo mystery. There you go. Yeah. All right. That's enough for me. I'm going to lose my mind if not. I am hungry. I need some. I'm turning into Joe Pesci in the Snickers commercial. Hey, man, have a Snickers. You're not yourself. Oh, hey, guys. Where am I? Yeah. All right. And then don't forget March 12th. That with an F or not? March 12th, 2025. Battle of the Bands, Bonfire Club, the Bonfire Night Club, which is a very small club in downtown Las Vegas. Look at it. I'm going to make probably a bigger deal out of it the closer we get. But I am telling you early here on this show that we are getting ready to do a battle of the. I have not done a Battle of the Band since I was probably in my early 20s. Everybody in the band is like, dude, how do we win, Rolo? I'm like, win. I just want to play the fucking game. I'm like, this is our first real gig. I'm like, what are you talking about? Win. I just want to meet other bands so we can open for them. I look at it as a gig, and if we win and we move on to the next, semifinals, that's another gig we got. Cool. So yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah, if I get pizza out of it, I'll be happy. I'll be a happy guy. Yeah, I'll be fine. I just like playing. That's just what I like to do. It's my trust me, it's not for the money. This show, definitely not for the money. I love what I do, and if I didn't love what I do, I wouldn't be here doing it. So make sure you love what you do. Make sure you're passionate about what you do, and stick to your guns. Always stay consistent. And I will see you guys next week, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. I might do a midweek this week because we do not have Access Vegas until the 27th. So that's coming up. And then Babes in Toyland will be coming up in Los Angeles at Academy. I will be in LA from March 5th through the 7th. It won't affect the show at all. But if you want to meet me, or you want to tell me, well, you want to buy me a cigar? I don't drink, but you can buy me a cigar in Los Angeles. I will be there. I will be at the Thompson Hyatt, and I don't feel bad about telling you that. I'll be at the nice Thompson Hyatt. And you can come hang out with me at the the top of the hotel bar. They have a really nice lounge area that's at the top of the hotel. So anyways, I will see you guys then. And then until next week, bye con Dios. Bye-bye.
I need to feel you on top of me.
Hey, y'all.
It was my first time, but I was just a kid when we met and went.
All right.
It was my first time. What do you expect from me? I'm breaking up the rules now in the game. I've got some new tools. Please do the same. Time came by and went over like a matchbox stereo.
I feel like I just took a bath in battery acid.
Hello there, children. How's it going?
Gotcha, bitch. Now we're fucking in the bathroom, tearing up everywhere. Why don't got your hair? Why you screaming my name?
That's nasty. It is nasty, right? Isn't it nasty? Ugh.
She was swinging in the bedroom, whole time stopping and stepping with her head like she's Claudia Kelly.
Well, I'm a whore.
Ride me up and down like a pony, turning up my song, getting messy, working up and down on your body.
What is your major malfunction, nugnut?
Turning up my song on your body, baby, we get down to it all night. But maybe we can fuck again, and maybe things we did for real. Baby, one more again, won't you put it on me one more again? I need to know if maybe we can fuck again, then maybe things we did for real. Goddamn, baby, one more again.
Hey, y'all.
Preceding podcast has been a production of the Rational Mail. All rights reserved. Registered trademark 2025. And don't steal Ned stuff.
Tell these bitches to go to hell.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Like, man, bro, sometimes you don't get no hold, man.
Goddamn right.
God wants you to have the baby.